Okay, and we're live. So, once again, people are always welcome to come and join me on the chat today. I just thought I'd stop by for tonight. It was supposed to be yesterday, but I dropped the video on interview you know, with Dr. Thomas Seeger, brilliant guy, and fantastic ice bars they make. Hey B, how you doing, my man? Good to see you. Yeah, Jonathan's not here yet, mate. Not that I know of, anyway. But it's good to see you. Yeah. So in light of the interview, I think with the ice baths, we can talk about cold therapy and some of the other stuff that we've been doing. Jeannie, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, always good to see you guys. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, let the questions fly, or we'll just have a chat. I will. Let me see. Here we go. Here is the link. Just finished 1 hour morning walk. Very good. Sounds good. Nice and cold over there still in Belgium. Yeah. So it's some really good stuff actually came out of that interview with Thomas Seeger. I'm not sure if anyone watched that, but he was talking about a study that was done. He said it was done in 2025. I couldn't actually find that link for 2025, but there's one that came out of Columbia University in 2023, and it showed that mitochondria move under stimulation, of course, because you stimulate the production of new mitochondria, healthy mitochondria, from in brown adipose tissue, right? Brown fat, which is stimulated in cold temperatures, right? So ice baths or just cold, whatever in cold environment will stimulate the production in adults as well, because it was like first off, it was, well, for many years anyway, doctors, doctors believe, whatever they believe that adults didn't have brown adipose tissue, but that's completely bogus, right? And we actually make more brown adipose tissue as we, with stimulus, of course, with cold therapy. So cold temperatures, so like winter in Europe and other places like that, this is all part of our environment, right? That's what winter is for. Cold showers, cold baths, and so on, because we haven't had warm water and electricity for forever. It's only been the last 150 years or so, and most areas, not even, well, some areas in the world now still don't. So there's always used cold water. So that actually stimulates the body to produce more brown adipose tissue. But in brown adipose tissue, we produce more healthy mitochondria. And what these studies showed recently in the last couple of years, whether it was last year or 2023, is that the mitochondria, those healthy mitochondria, actually move through the body when it's necessary, and especially when stimulated by cold again, because when you stimulate the production of brown adipose tissue, you also stimulate the production and the release of hormones like D3, testosterone, and also mitochondria. And that mitochondria move around to damage cells around or to damage tissues around the body. Now, this particular study showed that it was actually repairing tissue in the heart, and but obviously this would translate to other organs and other parts of the body, wouldn't it? So I find that absolutely fascinating stuff. Yeah, about 7 grades now. Okay, so it sounds pretty cold. Yeah, yeah, that's cold enough to do a little cold therapy work. So that's good. Yeah, so I think looking back, on my recovery, Hello, Jeannie's just joined me. So I'll finish that thought. So I was just saying, Jeannie, I think looking back on this, these studies that came out talking about how mitochondria move throughout the body with cold therapy, I think that's been like a very big part of my recovery, because I had a lot of organ damage, a lot of fibrosis on my kidneys, my liver, and my heart, and my brain, from all the chemotherapy treatment, but also from the original diagnosis. Um,
Mm.
so even when I was going through chemotherapy, actually, because I had so much heat coming out of me that I just sat in the cold shower as long as I could, because after, like, there was so much heat comes out of you from after chemo, like the next day from chemotherapy, that it feels like you're burning up, like there's so much heat coming out of you. So
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
interesting. One of the,
amazing, isn't it?
yeah, it's really amazing stuff what cold therapy, like cold water, and it does for you. It's incredible. I don't use healthier. I don't use Heather inside now. Oh, okay, yeah, it's about
Heater,
6
I
degrees.
think.
Oh, heater. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. A heater inside. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be cold all the time, but because there's a difference between like acute cold, like hormetic stresses, and chronic cold, like chronic, as in, like, if you're working outside in the snow all day long, sort of thing, that can be, quite a bad thing. You don't want it to be cold all the time, because we've been using fire for heat for a very long time, and clothes and things like that. But you don't want to be warm all the time either. You don't want to be comfortable either. So don't overdo it. How you been, Jeannie, anyway?
Yeah, good, mate. Pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Yeah. Laney, good to see you, mate. Yeah, Laney's been quite excited about the cold showers.
I know.
That's
No,
good.
that's great.
Yeah, I've had a freezing cold shower every morning since you recommended it to me. Very good. I finally stopped screaming. That's good. Really enjoying the feeling of, oh wow, oh, that's good. You see, yeah, you should listen to the old DC every now and then, and maybe a bit sooner. What a help. Okay. Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you're feeling so good, Laney, because it really is. I mean, I know a lot of people, it's hard to hear, because we all like our comfort. We like have a nice hot shower. It feels quite relaxing. But first thing in the morning, cold shower, ice bath. Okay. It's more than just a health hack, and it's more than just about toughening you up, and so on. There's a lot of great benefits to it, and like you said, like, you're feeling amazing. It's good, really good. It really is very energizing. All right, you are revitalizing your body with new mitochondria, new healthy mitochondria. All right? That can't be bad. Yeah. I tried cold shower, but I'm really not used to that yet. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Like I said, like, take it in steps. Like, if you just, even if you have a little bit of warm water, it's all relative. What feels cold to you now, okay, um, maybe won't later on. It's like one step at a time. You don't go into the gym and lift heavy weights straight away. You lift. You need to start with the small ones and work your way up. And it's the same with cold water. So don't try and push yourself too much. It's all good. Hey, Brad, how you doing, my man? Brad, isn't it? I think it is Brad. Yeah. Hello, one and all. What have I missed? Not, we haven't missed much, mate. We're just talking about some of the information we got from uh, Thomas Seeger the other day in the interview, talking about how mitochondria move throughout the body after cold stimulation, and how it actually repairs tissue from um, you know, well, all around the body, because when the mitochondria, like, your blood system is pretty much the transporter. It's like the highway for different things as well. Um, you carry, well, you use CO2, you carry oxygen as well, you carry all these other things. But when it's, you stimulate yourself, the mitochondria to move around the body and repair tissue, your organ tissue and other tissue. I think it's brilliant. It's amazing, And like I was talking about with Thomas, this is where we get it wrong. We tend to think about the body like a machine, right? And that's where we get it wrong with, you can feed it whatever you want because it's all about calories, right? Or if it was a machine, yeah. It wouldn't matter what fuel you gave it as long as it was running, right? But it's not a machine. It's an ecosystem, right? Your body is an ecosystem, and it needs the right environment, right? The right stimulus, the right nutrients, and so on, for it to be healthy, to be in that homeostasis sort of, optimal health sort of area, Yes, good. George, good to see you, man.
Hey, George.
Yeah, the link's at the top there, guys. If you want to join me, it's all good. Everyone's welcome. So I'll try to slowly go from warm to cold. Yeah, just do it slowly, and you'd be surprised at just how fast you adapt. Actually, like I was the same. Like when I first started doing cold showers, yeah, I mean, like it was going through chemo, so I would just do straight cold because I was already had a lot of heat coming out of me, so I was very hot. But when I was a real chicken to the cold beforehand. Like when I was going through after the earthquake in Japan, and we had no power. Well, we didn't have water for a long time either. But when the water came back on, we didn't have any power for heating, or didn't have any hot water available. So having cold showers was really difficult. It was still kind of winter, but it was too cold. It was freezing. But I was a real coward. Actually, I couldn't bring myself to have a cold shower. But now, I just jump in the ice, and 0 degrees is no big deal. So you get there.
I wouldn't call it being a coward. It's hard to just jump straight into that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it takes getting used to, doesn't it? But it's yeah. That's what I'm doing. Not as brave as Lainey. Fair enough.
I was. Oh no, you read that.
You're right. You're right, man. You're saying, Jim?
I was going to say something, but if you want to read that comment.
No, you're right. You can wait.
Oh, I've had this thing on my left hand. You probably can't see it, but there's a big lump there and a hard thing in the middle, and it started coming out the other side of my hand, right? Now, that started growing when I was 21. It's something growing around the nerves. It's left my left arm, like if I do too much with it, it aches, right?
Yeah.
So I've had that for years and years and years. There's a big, long name for it, but they can't cut it out, too risky. And I've just put up with it. But I'm wondering if something like this might help it a bit. I don't know.
I don't know if it helps, but it's not going to make it any worse.
Yeah. It's one of those weird things. It's like, why my left hand, not my right, for one thing? Yeah. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, is that my emotional side? I don't know, but since carnivore, I must admit, it's sort of less achy.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. So I think that's helping it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those.
Did you injure your hand? Did you injure your hand beforehand?
I don't think this would cause it. All I can think of, I used to play cricket, and I probably had a few knocks with a cricket ball, but that wouldn't suddenly make lumps grow around. And it's nothing on my arm that's growing. It's just on my hand. Yeah. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll try this and see if it helps more, you know. And if I bang the middle of my hand, that's like nerve pain. That's like
because you got
screeching
that mass pushing
pain.
against your nerves. Yeah.
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 Just one of those weird things.
One of the weird things. Yeah.
Yeah.
It all happens. I don't know. I mean, like, I had you wouldn't be able to see it now. There's a scar right there on my hand. When I used to do kickboxing, I broke my hand, and for years I had a metal plate in there, and I had it taken out later on. But there was a lot of scar tissue there, from when skin sort of heals up and it sort of calluses a bit,
Yeah.
So that, when I knock that, it does a similar sort of thing, is because it's pushing against nerves and things like that.
Oh,
and it kind of, you kind of get a bit of aching, kind of like an arthritic sort of pain every now and then, like especially when it's cold, But honestly, I haven't had any of that sort of pain for a long time. Could be the cold. I mean, cold therapy is not going to make anything any worse, so I don't see that. So could you always give it a try and see how you do? I mean, it's great for everything else too, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
February 1st, I decided to completely change my mindset to I'm going to be really happy. Excellent. Good job, Lainey. Happy, healthy, and live my life, to the fullest. Good. No one and nothing is going to stop my
feral personnel.
Fair enough.
Good on you, Annie.
Fair enough. That's good. Yeah, I mean, when you're diagnosed with diseases like this, it really puts a lot of things into perspective, doesn't it? Like, beforehand, like everything else matters. You got to you sort of chase after all these different things in life. Like when I was living in Japan, we had to have a house and a car and business and all this sort of stuff that we just kept chasing. We all chase these things in life. We all want to be comfortable. We all want to have these flash things, But when you get sick like this, when you get diagnosed like this, you sort of realize that there's only one thing that really matters, isn't there? And that's your health, right? And the people around you. So live your life, lady, and don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Just do what you do.
Yeah.
And George is a wimp.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, big softy. Started this week with Greek yogurt. I never knew that it was so tasty. Yeah, cool. Yeah, excellent. Good to try new things. In Philippines, I got no problem with cold showers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I must admit, it is much easier in a hotter climate, right? It's much easier in summer, like it's summer here than in Australia at the moment, and it's quite hot. So it is much easier to get into the cold when the air temperature around you is quite hot too. So, temperatures may vary when you're in winter, So don't be worried too much about it. Jonathan, how you doing, man? Links at the top again if you want to. So it's warm in the Philippines at the moment. I think it is summer still in the Philippines. Yeah. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? Good to see you. See, Lenny has been running away from you for 2 years. Yes, she has. If you came, like 2 years ago, I told you they'd have jump in the ice and jump in the cold showers. Yeah, but no one listens. No. Yeah, she's finally decided to fully engage. Yeah, that's good. Got her life back, and wants to keep on fighting against cancer. Yeah, that's all you can do. You gotta do our best, Hey, George. Yeah, I was a moth. Now I'm a feral butterfly. Fair enough. Feral butterfly. Fair enough. Get a bit more color in the life, eh? That's good. So yeah, I mean, these actually they're really interesting. I'm not sure if you guys watched that interview with Thomas Seeger, but it was really he had a lot of great information actually, and yeah, he talks about this stuff a lot. I was actually quite surprised. Like he said, he was surprised to hear about the mitochondria moving around, but which I was too. It's quite brilliant. Which sort of maybe think back over the last 10 years, my recovery, and I think that's had a very big effect on my health, my organ health, and so on. But some of the other stuff as well. Cold therapy is a great. This is what I keep telling people too. Is that you get so much more from other modalities, not just diet. Diet is good and diet is big, but like breathwork and ice baths or cold therapy are just as big, at least. Okay, because you also, I mean, diet does also help your autonomic nervous system because you are getting, because you're getting the right nutrients and you have a much calmer state of mind. You can think clearer. Some of the brain fog is gone. But breath work, you have like a more conscious control over your nervous system. Okay, and you can control things like blood pressure and heart rate and digestion and so on as well. But apart from that, you also, this is another avenue for you to get very powerful antioxidants and enablers like CO2 and nitric oxide. And it's just, so I do other things. I love doing grounding, get outside, get the sunlight. Sunlight is very powerful as well because we are like a big solar panel. These are all great things as well. But this is why I've always said like the top three, though, my top three anyway, is okay. You get diet, breath work, and ice baths. And honestly, if you want to put it in order, I would probably say breath work, ice baths, and then diet. Very powerful modalities. So, and I do have in the members area. Maybe I should make a public video for you guys too. I do have a protocol up in the members area for anyone who wants to be healthy, wants to be put on muscle for one, or fight cancer, because it's all related, isn't it? It's all pretty much the same thing. But the protocols are there for you, and I'll probably put it up on my Substack as well. But that's the way I do it anyway. So yeah, check it out because it's great information. Morning, Jonathan. Hey, Lenny. It's always warm in the Philippines. Kind of, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's always very hot and humid. Yeah. Just like Queensland. Let's see. Off from a cold shower. Oh, good, Lenny. Keep it up. Make it a part of your routine, and eventually becomes habit. And it's your habits that make you successful, or not. So habits are great. Make good habits. My gym has an ice bath. They haven't worked out how to start it. They haven't worked out how to start it. Oh my God. It's not that complicated. It's not rocket science. I also need to make sure I have a friend strong enough to drag me out if needed. Yeah, that would help too. Well, surely they got staff there, mate. I can't believe how long does it take to figure out how to turn on a bath, an ice bath? It's not that hard, seriously. I was cracking up when Dr. Seeger said, I'm not trying.
Trying
to be a bodybuilder. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. Not trying to look good in a thong. Yeah. And then he said, "It's like I'm still like I'm still a 59-year-old fat guy. Yeah, it's good sense of humor actually, the doc. Yeah, because I mean, like some of the big myths, like there's a lot of big myths when it comes to ice baths, right? We'll have a talk about that because one side of the coin, like you have people saying, okay, like don't do ice baths because it destroys your inflammation and stops you from putting muscle on and so on. But then you have other people saying do ice baths, will help you recover. All right, will help you recover faster and so on and so on. And then you have the others, and of course the ones that are positive say, oh, you also burn fat. Like there's all kinds of information out there saying, oh, you burn lots of fat, sitting in an ice bath. That's not true. It helps you to metabolize everything, okay, because you're stimulating your lymphatic system. Okay, when you're in the cold like that, you stimulate your lymphatic system, right? And when you metabolize fat, okay, it's usually that's all being carried through your lymph fluid, okay, in your lymphatic system and so on. Okay, so it does help you to metabolize fat, and of course, like I said before, with cold, you also brown white adipose tissue, which is like your visceral fat. Okay, you can actually make brown fat from that. And when you tan or you brown white fat, it becomes beige fat. Okay, and I think then eventually becomes brown. So that process does help. Okay, but it's not going to give you a 6-pack abs or anything like that. All right. And then you have you're talking about whether it stops you from putting on muscle or not, or helps you put on muscle, so on. Okay, now if you do it pre-workout, if you go for an ice bath before you train, okay, before you go to the gym, that is going to lower your inflammation before you train, which means it's going to help lower any kind of joint pain for a start. But it's also going to cool your body so that you can actually push yourself harder in the gym. Okay. So in that respect, it will be very beneficial for putting on muscle to grow bigger and so on. If you do it after training, what you are then doing is the inflammation you've just spent, like, or you get from the moving weights, okay, doing your workout, that inflammation, that's a positive inflammation. It's a positive response from your body to help you put on, or to help you repair the tears in your muscles and so on that you've just, or the impact that your bones and everything, all your tissue has just gone through. That inflammation there is actually part of the repair system, okay? And that's what's going to give you growth afterwards, all right? So you don't want to do an ice bath after training, because that's going to lower the inflammation, and that's going to reduce, unless you're doing, so, okay, that will reduce like growth, muscle growth and so on. But unless you are in a competition, it will speed up your recovery. All right. So like if you are a professional basketball player, for example, and you have, say, a game like every day, or like for a week or so, you might have three or four games, right? Then you might ice bath after training, or after your competition, after your game, okay? Like professional rugby players or professional athletes will do this after, if they have a heavy schedule of training and games, okay? But for like a bodybuilder or someone like that, then no, you want to do ice bath before you train and not afterwards. You want at least 6 hours before you have, like after training, to like a cold shower or something like that. But personally, I wouldn't have a cold shower or ice bath at all after training. If you're going to have a shower, maybe wait several hours and then have a nice hot shower, or warm shower at least. So that's the big thing about when it comes to all these different myths about ice baths. Yeah. There's a lot of other great stuff too. Like when you we're actually talking about hormone release and actually the brown adipose tissue as well, the mitochondria and so on. When you metabolize that the fat tissue, you're actually creating heat as well, and that heat is creating light. So you're actually releasing the stored D3 testosterone and so on like that into your bloodstream as well, and which is obviously going to be great for your immune system. It's an immune response, so there's a lot of great benefits. Let's see. My members area that Lainey wants to activate again. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm filming with the stuff there. One lady lifeguard is about 8 stone. Oh, wow. That's pretty big. No worries, mate. Yeah, recovery capacity is an ongoing continuum. People should go by feel and results. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you should always test these things out and find a routine that sort of works for you. People should go by feel in order to find the most useful modalities. Exactly. George, are you saying a members area on your channel? Are you starting? Okay, or saying no, Brad, it's a joke. Yeah. Made his members area. Okay. All right. Unrelated, but I tried some L-Leucine Max garlic capsules. Okay, because I had sore stomach that compounded the issue and made it worse. Fair enough. Yeah. I forgot I had poor resilience to salicylic acid. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Like this is one of the things that used to get me too. Like, not long after when I came out of the transplant, right? Pretty much the only thing I could eat was meat. It was the only thing that didn't burn my mouth because I was so sensitive to everything else, honestly. But when I did start eating, or I had the ability to start eating more foods, of course I was trying all these different things, and garlic and turmeric and all this other crap. But honestly, because everyone says, "Oh, these are superfoods," and so on and so on. And don't get me wrong, I used to love garlic, especially eating Italian food, lots of pasta, and garlic was great. But honestly, that stuff just nearly burned another hole in my stomach. It was like torture. Yeah, it was horrible. So yeah, strength athletes put their hands in cold water, before training for a bit of a boost. Yeah, that's right. They also sometimes, even now, recently, they've taken on using there's a drink bottle now that actually puts out you can just fill it up with water, and it's really cold on the outside, and they use it to cool their hands in between sets as well. Because if you can keep your hands cool, or at least cool your hands, because that's you sort of expel a whole lot of heat through your hands. It can lower your body temperature, so you can actually push yourself a bit harder in the next set. So yeah, there's a lot of cool techniques recently come out in the last few years, especially they've been doing that. I like the idea of some Italian food. Yeah, but when we actually sit down and have a disappointment and often pain. Yeah, exactly.
I love Italian food, but So David, would it be helpful at all to have a cold shower or whatever before just going for a walk?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, for sure. Mate, it's the first thing I do. It's the first thing I do is dump a heap of ice into my ice bath, and then once it's cold enough, I jump straight into the ice, and then after that, you warm yourself up with some exercise. Okay.
Right.
That in itself, like, because I use breath work to warm myself up again, but there are other things you can do as well. Like, some people like Joe Rogan, for example, they do like squats and push-ups and stuff like that to warm up after the ice bath. It doesn't really matter what you do, but both of them together are both stimulating your lymphatic system. Okay. And that's going to stimulate hormone production and everything else like that. That's sort of that hormetic stress, that combination really gets everything working in your body. Like, especially, and that's why it's a great idea to do it first thing in the morning as well, I think, too. Just like getting your body, akin to the circadian biology sort of thing. You get out in the sun and you do it, and everything just starts working properly, and then you're much more alert and awake for the rest of the day as well. So it's a really good way to do it. Yeah. Let me see. I spend a bit of my day holding on to a shaker bottle. Yeah, full of ice. Yeah, that works too. I tend to gravitate towards trying to feel the cold. Yeah. Cold shower, more adrenaline. Yep. Greater receptivity to sunlight. Yep, that's right. That's true too. Because of wakefulness. That's right. Yeah, I think cold showers and walks is a great idea. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. I agree. Totally. Yeah, because you've stimulated your body, like especially like after a cold shower or bath, everything, you're just more receptive to everything around it. Like, that's why it's great to go outside and then do whatever. Going for a walk is a brilliant idea, actually. So that's good. Oh dear, Georgia, it's actually true though. the diet and ice have brought back my libido. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah. Excellent. That's good, Brad. That's awesome. It does.
This is also fascinating.
Oh, it is. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another effect too. There's another reason why it brings back your libido. Okay, because of for one, nitric oxide stimulation. Right, nitric oxide is, apart from being a vasodilator, right, allows great for circulation. But CO2 is another good one. Another good reason why you can bring back your libido as well. So it's really incredible just what these few modalities can do for your body. And it's really seriously, like, it's not a big time commitment. It's not a big expense either. So this is something that everyone could be doing that we don't need to use. We can. It's amazing what your body can do to repair itself after so many years of damage. It's incredible. Out of the shower, Laney, good to see you, mate. And dancing in the bedroom, no longer afraid to see my reflection. That's good. Yeah, depends on the day. That's good. Laying nine at almost full-time lion now. Okay, ruminant seems best for both energy and gastro health. That's good. We've just used our last pork from the freezer and won't be replacing it. Yeah, monogastric meat. No, that's good. No, that's right. I've always said stay away from the monogastric. Not good.
I love pork.
Yeah, it's great. It depends on the source. It always depends on what the meat's being fed. So if you've got a good source of pork or something like that, or fish, then yeah, that's all good. So it just depends on where you get it from. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be thin as a rail. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to run around the shower to get wet. Eat worms. Fair enough. You gotta eat the bugs. Eats your bugs. A lot of, actually, I don't really want to talk about this stuff at the moment, but there's a lot of, evil, disgusting truth coming out at the moment, which has been, I think, it's great that it's finally coming out, because like on other platforms, I've been talking about this stuff for a long time, and it's good to see people that actually think, well, wow, this is actually true. But yeah, it's good to see, because hopefully there will be some justice coming as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, hopefully.
You saw Bart's.
There was something I saw today though. Like actually, Bart did a video this morning.
Yeah,
about
that was a surprise.
Yeah, Peter Attia. Yeah, not a real big surprise, honestly. But like this is the thing too. Like these big YouTube influencers, okay, people think they're organic, but they're really not. There's a video circulating of Mr. Beast, for example, and he's talking about all the same sort of stuff. Okay, like he paid $70,000 for a pizza. Okay, who the hell pays $70,000 for a pizza?
What?
Yeah. So, like you see the rise of some of these like really big YouTube influencers, right? And you think it's organic, but it's really not. There's a lot of crap going on in the background. YouTube will sort of push the right people. So I do prepare my own garden snares. Okay, fair enough. Haven't graduated to worm shit. Well, get the meat where you can get it, I guess. I'll stay away from that. In all fairness to Frank Tefano, he did teach me that the source of the food is almost, if not more important than the food itself. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
well,
I think so.
You've got to eat what you've got access to. If you can't get.
Brad, thanks for the super sticker, my man. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. You've got to. Even if you have, the worst. Well, maybe not the worst kind of meat, because there's a lot of processed crap out there. But even like monogastric animals, like even chicken and pork, right? Even fed on soy and other things, it's not great, but it's still better than like a processed diet or a vegan diet or anything like that. You're still going to have maybe have some problems, but some people are just going to have to deal with what they can, just use what they can at the time, So not much you can do about it. Some people. So yeah, a lot of money for an open cheese toasty.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a lot of money for a pizza, isn't it? Yeah. What a crop. Disgusting, vile, evil creatures. And people are just finally being made aware of the fact that just how evil these people really are. I have to do the dishes, Brad. Take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. While I'm busy, can you tell us where just you get your meat? Oh, okay. There's some meat, like especially like if it's beef, I'll just get wherever is cheapest. And at the moment, it's IGA here in Queensland in Kingaroy. Sometimes I'll go to Brisbane, go to Costco. Sometimes because they have a good chuck steak there, but that's about it. And there's a super butcher. It's a good butcher in closer to Brisbane called Super Butcher. It's quite good. Not very cheap, but they are very good source of meat anyway. And you can get cheap fat and some other good deals there. So I go to Super Butcher, but I will be scoping out some. Well, I'm gonna go try some different butchers here soon, actually, because there's a number of butchers around here that I haven't tried yet. So I might even do a bit of a tour, maybe make a video and show people a different tour of butcher shops. Maybe that might be a good idea. So
that'd be good.
Yeah. I don't have 7,000 yet alone. 7,000, let alone 70,000. That's shocking. Yeah, that's.
Well,
I mean,
what did you get on your pizza for $70,000? Like, was that fair income?
Yeah, that's fair income. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously it's not pizza they're talking about. I mean, these pizzas are actually named after missing children. Okay, put it that way.
Oh, sorry, so, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
but nothing will happen to them because the world is ruled by these
satanic,
you know what I mean?
grubs. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Don't get me started.
Yeah. No, I don't want to get started too much onto that because it's YouTube won't like that too much. But needless to say, like, I mean, like, this stuff is very, 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 very far reaching. It's like in every corner of everywhere you go. So, these so-called like massive, influencers and so on, they're all bought and paid for and supported by these same corporations and groups. Okay. So none of that stuff is sort of organic.
No.
Yeah. Use their slime in the cooking process.
I've never had snails. Like,
I can't imagine eating snails, to be honest. I think
no.
I think I'll skip that.
Number one, I think it'd be disgusting. Number two, how much would you get out of it? Bugger all.
Yeah, I think you'd need a lot of snails to have a meal. I think so. It seems like a lot of work for very little reward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm the same with crab. Really, I don't really like crab because there's these skinny little legs that you have to. I mean, you have to crush them up to get in your meat, and it just seems like a lot of work and a lot of mess for very little meat.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I always buy a meat like steak and pork and eggs and cheese at the local farmers market. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's good. It's great if you have a good source like that. A good source like local farmers can sell like that. Problem is, like, here in Australia, it's illegal to buy. You can't buy milk or any meat or eggs direct from a farm. Yeah. So it's I mean, it's crazy. Like, natural food, from a farmer is illegal, but like raw milk, for example, illegal in Australia, but Coca-Cola and all these other chemical drinks, they're all fine. What a bloody jip.
Yep.
Yeah. Excuse me. I always buy meat from local farms. Still cheaper than most discount supermarkets. That's really good. Cheaper than a supermarket's good. You got Visa Gold, I think. He ate pizza gold. Fair enough. Lenny is on a 4220. Okay, participant 5-year RCT. She's on this. Okay, the clinical trial. Yeah. We hope it's better than standard. Hopefully meet. I mean, they are coming out with a lot better stuff recently. Like chemotherapy itself, like a 2004 study came up with the fact that chemotherapy only has like in Australia and the US, right? Between the two of them, in Australia it had a 2.4% efficacy. In the US, it had 2.1% efficacy. Now, any kind of drug that has like a 2% efficacy is usually, you would think, would be pulled, right? There'd be no reason for them to have it or use it. But there are much easier therapies coming out, and like I think it's like in the last 5 years, there's like immunotherapy is one, and immunotherapy has been hailed as very effective for lymphomas. Anything to do with the lymphatic system and so on. But it's very mild. It's also, like completely like very mild compared to some people don't even lose their hair, for example, compared to chemotherapy. So, I mean, it's good to see that at least they are making some progresses, but I think it's only because, the fact that people are sort of waking up to the fact that, they're just trying to kill us with all these other chemicals. So we'll see, hopefully soon we won't need any of that stuff at all. And like I said, like the simple modalities like, diet, cold therapy and breath work and, getting a natural or just a healthy lifestyle. Hopefully most people won't need it at all. So yeah. And just I think it's going to take a long time for any of this kind of stuff to change though. Like, I mean, hospitals thrive on carnage, okay, basically. Honestly.
People are still
that's good, Lenny.
Like, I mean, they're basically shoving poison into you, and somehow that's a good thing. Like, once again, the brainwashing and everything is so deep.
Yeah.
The people.
Well, they're the experts. So, like when you're sick,
that's right.
We always go to the hospital and just go see the doctor and say, like, we want to be fixed, sort of thing. And we just trust that we trust them to know what's best for our health,
Yeah. And even like old literature, some people would probably think, but they said that back then, but we know better now. No, that was actually the truth. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's very different now. I mean, even there's actually something I saw recently too, is like a guy in America, actually. He went in he had a car, it's just a minor car accident. There was not much wrong with him. They took him to the hospital. He had no family or anything like that. And they started giving him all these drugs. And they actually, he actually escaped through a window like 3 floors up, climbed down a drain pipe, and went to the police because they were trying to harvest his organs.
Oh
and
my God.
This was very recently. Just a few weeks back.
Jeez.
And the police actually raided the hospital and found, like, downstairs, like in the basement, they had all these different people lined up ready to harvest their organs that were completely healthy. Like, hospitals just thrive on carnage. Right? The hospitals pay the bills. Like these organ traders and stuff like that, they make a big money. Right? So, but again, I shouldn't really go into too much of that on YouTube.
No. Stay safe.
Yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see some of this stuff. Or X. So. Yeah, some horrible stuff that's going on. Really, just so much evil out there. It's incredible. You just wouldn't believe it. I'm pretty sure, like, if I didn't have family around me at the time, I probably wouldn't have come out of the hospital myself. So, yeah. Excellent, Lenny. I'm glad to find you're finding that much easier, finding the trial drug a lot kinder on the body. That's good. Yeah. And the brain. Yeah, that was one of the things where, chemotherapy. My God. Sorry, I had a bit of a big day today. But chemotherapy is, when people talk about brain fog, honestly, I got to laugh because honestly, it's like they have no idea. When you're going through chemo fog, they actually call it chemo fog. It's like you're a dementia patient,
Yeah.
That's
I can only imagine. Yeah.
It's just like, being in, having been in a state of dementia. It's crazy. Hard work for not much. Yeah. Yeah, great carrier for garlic.
Garlic butter, yeah.
Oh, okay. Talking about the snails again. Yeah. Some want to try. Some don't like them. Some find them, not love them. Okay.
I'll skip it.
Some find they love them. Yeah. Well, I mean, like my old man, he said he's always liked snails when he was in France last, but he likes snails.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's no way. No. No. Never gonna happen. Not for me. You know, I don't mind trying new things every now and then, but that's like very low on the list. Very low. Yeah.
Yep.
I know a friend, he needed to diet because of his kidneys. Okay, I said avoid sugar, carbs, and fuzzy drinks. He replied, "I won't give up. My cola zero. Jesus." I replied, "I'm not your daddy." Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, this was some years, but well, it's one of those things all the time. You see it all the time, and people, especially when they go like when they first change their diet, and no one says like you don't have to do it all at once either. You know, even small steps. You know, just start eating more meat and cutting back on the carbs. You know, do it slowly and gradually because you need to give your body time to adjust anyway. Doing it like a cold turkey sort of thing is not good for you, not healthy. But there are like people out there who have been doing this way of eating for some time, and they're like adamant that no one's going to come between me and my coffee, for example, and no one's going to come between me and my soft drinks, right? Like they think that they still think for some reason they still think that because there's no sugar in the drink, there's going to be healthy and it's not going to put on. They're not going to get fat, you know. And that's what I mean. This is the biggest thing too. Like people think that it's body fat is all about your health, right? I mean, to a certain point, being fat is not healthy, obviously, but even if you are lean and fit, that doesn't mean you're healthy either. You know, I was very lean and fit when I was diagnosed. Diet drinks like soda drinks and stuff like that, sure, some people might be able to manage them and so on, but these things are really they're not healthy. These are chemicals that plus they're stored in chemicals as well. Like there's the plastic tubing inside those aluminium cans and so on. Not that aluminium is good for you either, but even everything's artificial. You know, petroleum products in soft drinks, especially cola, right? The artificial flavorings and sweeteners and so on and so on. These are things that should be like your gas tank, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they wonder why they're not losing body fat, or they feel like crap, or so on and so on. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
They certainly don't chemo. They certainly don't. Yeah, chemo fog is absolutely awful. Yeah, I didn't even know who I was at the time. Yeah, like I said, Lenny, it's like having dementia. You're when you are going through chemo, especially heavy dose chemo, you are in a state of dementia. You cannot think. You can't even. I mean, I would start a sentence and get stuck halfway through and not remember what I was talking about. You know, like it was crazy, horrible feeling. You know, and frustrating. It was incredibly frustrating. Our beloved friend has gone. She's making a heroic stand, starting with a 21-day fast, then following Eric Berg's rotational diet, okay, to stop the cancer, adapting to one source of fuel. Prayers. Well, good luck to her, George. Yeah, I mean, my stance, man. Like, throw her in the ice, okay, get her into the ice, and like everything all the benefits of fasting, okay, all these things. Also, breath work helps. Breathwork does actually gives you the same, pretty much the same benefits as fasting. So does the carnivore diet, but so does ice baths, right? So if you do all of those things, I mean, you don't really need to fast, but you can speed all that process up as well. Like threefold at least. And like I know I sort of preach on this a lot, but if you're trying to save someone's life or you're trying to save your own life, it's worth trying, isn't it? So get into the ice, start the breath work, obviously fix your diet, and yeah, good luck. I mean, I hope the fasting and the rotational diet helps. But yeah, a friend is planning to come to the USA with us in September, and she intends to be there. Well, that's good. Excellent. Yeah, it's good to have a goal. I didn't, like when I was going through treatments, I never planned anything. Like I never planned anything past the next blood test, right? And at first, that was kind of like every week, or actually almost every day. But I never really thought about it. I never really thought about. I mean, I had a lot to do at the time when especially when I was going through the first lot of treatment. I was trying to find a place to live in Australia, trying to get my wife into Australia, and dealing with the fact that we just lost everything that we had. So there was a lot of other stuff going on that I was thinking about. But I never really planned anything for the future. I just had to get on with what I was doing, sort of thing. So I think I don't really fall into that, that whole stay positive attitude and just think about the future, because honestly, you have to be rational about what now, like be in the moment, be in the now, deal with how you are feeling right now rather than trying to avoid it. That doesn't mean like dwell on being sick. That just means like, okay, this is how I feel like crap today, so let's do this, let's try this, let's do this. That's what I mean, is like do the work. That's what I did. And that sort of kept me going. So our friend knows me good. Your story is, it's all hope. Well, I'm glad, and I hope that like people can see that. This is why, I mean, like, this is why I'm not too motivated to sort of take on personal clients too much. I think I am going to start taking on personal clients very soon, because I will start transitioning to like training people online. But I want to give as much information to everyone I can free, because a lot of, when you're going through treatments and stuff like this, like when people are really chronically sick, the last thing you want to be doing is spending a heap of money on, someone, these ideas that maybe this will help, sort of thing, and I've already given out, all the information most people really need to fix their health, to help them get through treatments as well. It's really not that complicated. I do like talking about it with people like we're talking Thomas Seeger the other day, and obviously Bart and Abs and all these other people, because it sort of reinforces that knowledge that this is actually going to help your body. But the information is there, and you don't really need to think about it too much. It's amazing how simple it is, really. Just trust your body, because if you give it the right stimulus, the right environment, and the right food, then you're going to be all right. Well, it certainly can't hurt anyway. I was the same, DC. Yeah, every bit of my energy, soul, just everything went into me getting through the next day. Yeah, exactly. Just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do, because, I mean, for the most part, you don't know if you're going to wake up the next day anyway, so there's no point. Like, there was never any point to me planning a trip, for example, like 6 months down the track. because I didn't even know if I was going to wake up the next day, which, like really most people sort of are in that same situation. But when you are that sick, you've got a much higher chance of not waking up. So there was no point to doing that. You just deal with the moment and focus on doing that. Do the work. That's what's important, is doing the work. And sometimes that just means recovering. Just lying in bed. If that's all you can do, that's what you should do. Don't be too hard on yourself either. I know stress sort of kills people, and they keep saying, avoid stress, avoid stress. Like, seriously, like, you cannot avoid all stresses, for one. And like, you talk about stress. I mean, my God, I had to move internationally on no notice, like zero notice. I gave up everything I had ever worked for and built in Japan. My wife had to do the same. I was homeless. I had to find an income. I had to find a place to live. I had to do all these things while I was going through treatment. So, yeah, it's very stressful. So don't worry so much about stress, all right? Sure, avoid chronic stress if you can, but don't freak out about it. I mean, literally, there are people out there now that are stressing about avoiding stress. It's crazy. Just chill. You got things to do it.
Yeah.
This is proof of how generous and genuine in these circles. Thank you very much, Brett. I appreciate that. I try to be, Annabella, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah. Thanks, Brett. I appreciate that, man. I mean, I've given a lot of different information too. I mean, like, the same information that will help people, build themselves. I mean, if they want to be an athlete or they're just trying to rebuild their health, it's all there. Okay, it's really not that complicated. And I do my best to try and bring the information to you as I can. But it all takes time, and it costs me a lot of money too, actually, and time. But I still like to give it for free because I know what it's like to be in that situation. I know what it's like to be trying to find your way through a sea of endless BS, because honestly, the information that we get really is just so much bullshit out there. It's unbelievable. Question. Okay. Part one. How long is this question? All right, let's see. Asking your view on treadmill walking in weighted vests. Good. Rebounding and vibration plate to help bone help and retaining muscle. I'm in needing coaching. Sign me up in indoor living. Okay. Indoor living. Okay, so all very good. Okay, Mandy. Even if you just do like there have been studies on this actually. Even just wearing a weighted vest while you do the housework, okay, not even just walking on the treadmill, which is still very good. Like even at like when I'm at the gym, I like to do, after a shoulder workout, I like to carry dumbbells while I'm walking on the treadmill, for example. You sort of it's like doing a farmer's walk, right? It's very good exercise, very, very good. But in this study, there's you will metabolize more when you are carrying more weight than your actual body weight. That is very good, like impact on the body. Okay, like a good hormetic impact on the body. So you develop muscle, you develop bone and connective tissue, and so on. So it's a very good idea to use even if you're just walking on the treadmill, wear a weighted vest is a great idea. Vibration plate, also good. And rebounding is also very good. Great for the legs, especially, and the core and stability. Unstable exercises are very good. I find it very good for actually developing or equaling out the imbalances in your body. Okay, so like before, I think this is important for everyone. Okay, not just people trying to rebuild or start again, sort of thing. But before anyone starts doing things like compound movements like squats or deadlifts or anything like that, the first thing they should be doing is, one, stabilizing their joints, strengthening their joints, and two, fixing imbalances. Okay, so like if you have a stronger right leg to a left leg, for example, or hip, or joints and so on, different joints may be stronger in one side than the other. I think you should fix the imbalances first to stabilize the rest of your body properly, and then you might spend a bit of time doing this, but it will make you stronger, faster later on. Okay. So I think that's a great routine you've got there, Mandy. Vibration plate's good for that too. And just the weighted vest and walking the treadmill is really good for impact as well. Okay, so don't be you don't have to overdo it, but that seems like a pretty good setup for me. To me, a friend has consulted both Professor Seafried and Clemens. Oh, okay, yeah, Clemens is good too. She's not giving up. Good. She's giving herself the best possible chance. Yeah, Seafried's great. Of course, obviously, like you're talking about cancer and metabolic disease, but I don't agree with the glutamine suppression. Okay, in part of like the press pulse sort of treatment, because again, this is where cold therapy comes into it as well. Like D3, for example, when there have been studies showing that, okay, yes, the cancer cells will fermentate, like obviously glucose and glutamine, right? Glucose more predominantly, but if there's no glucose, it will switch to glutamine. But D3 has been proven to or has shown to inhibit the uptake of glutamine by tumor cells or cancer cells. So if you have a higher D3 content, okay, blood circulation, that's going to inhibit the glutamine. So you don't really need to suppress it. And glutamine is actually very important for the rest of the body as well. So this, again, is why cold therapy should be, I think, should be part of all cancer treatments. Okay, it should be standard of care, right? Because, like I said before, when you stimulate the brown adipose tissue and the release of new healthy mitochondria, which also you need, especially for cancer cells, okay, you also release testosterone and D3, both very important for the immune system. But obviously, D3 is the inhibitor for the glutamine uptake of cancer cells. So I think avoid the glutamine suppression and incorporate the cold therapy. Okay, and that is going to give you far more benefit, I think, that way. That way you can still retain the glutamine that you get from, say, carnivore diet, for example, from meat. And glutathione is a great antioxidant, okay, that we also get. And again, nitric oxide, another great antioxidant, reduces reactive oxygen species. So does CO2, which are also vasodilators, and so on and so on. So, although I agree with Seafried, I think he's a brilliant guy, and obviously the theory of the metabolic disease and so on, that part I wouldn't do myself personally. Okay, I wouldn't do the glutamine suppression, all right, because I know that there's I get much better benefit from the cold therapy as well. And I don't care what treatment you do, whether you do press pulse like C3 does, or chemotherapy or any other treatment, cold therapy and breath work should be okay, and of course diet, probably proper diet, but those should be standard of care for any cancer patient. Doesn't matter what cancer, okay, it should be standard of care. But yeah, I hope she's doing well, man. I hope she recovers. Pretty fantastic, you, Annabella? That's good to hear. Well done. Good to hear. God and carnivore are healing me. Yes, exactly. That's very good. The fasting has helped me a lot as well. Yeah, fasting is great. There's a lot of great benefits to fasting. And like I said, all of these modalities also speed up the process of like ice baths and fasting are great, and obviously breath work. These all speed up those benefits from fasting. Okay, so like if you do, say even like a 1 or 2 day fast, you're going to get the same benefit you would with breath work and ice baths. You can get the same benefit as like a 5 or 6 day fast. Okay, you really speed things up a lot. Okay. Okay, part 2. I'm eating one good sized meal. Okay, small 12-hour. Okay, one good sized meal and one small meal 12 hours later, and then before bed, I guess. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if that's working for you, Mandy, that's great. I'm having 3 meals a day at the moment, because I've increased my exercise sort of routine. So whatever works for you, eat when you're hungry. Okay, that's good. Yeah, excellent. That's good to hear, Mandy. You're doing well. Absolute champion. Absolute champion. It's amazing how many calories you burn doing housework. You don't burn calories, Annabella.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, we do not say the C word.
No, we don't use that C word. Okay, naughty girl. We don't use that C word. All right, and we don't burn either. We, like I said before, we are not a machine. Okay, we are an ecosystem. Right, we metabolize fats. Okay, we metabolize our nutrition. All right, and basically that's what we do. We metabolize fats. All right, so that's what we do. My legs are so weak. Yeah, but you're right. You metabolize a lot of fat while doing housework. All right, so that's good. If you do that with a weight vest, like there was a good example. There was a guy, I forget his name, but for every when he changed his diet, he started wearing a weight vest and going for a walk. Right, and for every kilo that he lost, he added a kilo onto his weight vest, and this actually sped up his weight loss. Just everything, just his metabolism just went into overtime. It's really good. So just adding a bit of weight to some normal chores is actually very, very good for you. That added impact is really good. So like I said before, add a weight vest to your housework, you'd be surprised. My legs are so weak. No squat strength can help going forward. Yeah, excellent, Mandy. Yeah, I've got to get myself up on running online because I can't really stay here for too long. But yeah, I will definitely be doing some stuff online soon, and I'll be putting up programs for strength training and videos to explain it. I will also be putting up breathwork videos with instructions, and of course, there will always be more and more breathwork videos, and of course, the ice bath challenges and stuff like that as well. So I'm just trying to find a platform that I can trust as well, like School. I think maybe I will use School. Because I recently got kicked off of Facebook for some reason without no reason or notice, actually. So yeah, but that's what it's like living in Australia. Yeah, that's what it's like living in Australia. Louise. Okay, the strong carnivore rests, walks in a weighted vest. Yeah, that's good. Rucking is good exercise. I've got a few videos where I've been doing some rucking, and I still like to go out rucking. To go for a walk, I usually have a 20-kilo vest and a weighted backpack. Okay, so sometimes I'll have a bit more weight. I like to have about the same poundage as my age. So I'll be 53 next month. So I like to carry 53 pounds. Right? So add a bit of weight as I get older. I add more weight. Rucking is really good. Rucking is just walking with weight. So give it a try. She's a NALS Foundation ambassador and one of the strongest allies for the UK. Well, yeah, that's good. I have a friend who's a nurse. She knows I've reversed type 2 diabetes. Good. She told me her blood sugar is going up. Yeah. She's eating a lot of fruit and can't understand why her blood sugar is high. Wow. If someone's eating a lot of fruit and can't understand why their blood sugar is high. And she's a nurse.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's the healthcare system for you, this was actually something that used to amaze me too. The health of the healthcare workers in Australia is unbelievable. Like, I had been out of the country for more than 10 years when I came back, and I was thrown into the hospital system. So it was a bit of a shock. And you have a look at trainers now too. My God, there's the gym I go to at the moment. The trainers are all obese, right? And it's just, honestly, it's shocking. But when I first came back here, and I looked at the health of the doctors and nurses there, and now it's just, obviously it's a lot worse. But it was shocking to me, like, nurses actually in a cancer ward, for example, would walk outside to have a smoke. I'm like, you're a healthcare professional.
Yep.
It's one thing to see the patients do it, but seriously. Yeah.
It's like a comedy sketch.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. Thank you very much, Mandy. I really appreciate the super sticker. I really do. Very much appreciate it. This is the thing. Like, like I said before, like, I don't mind giving this information for free, and because I really want to help people if I can. But I really do appreciate that people do give me some support, so because it does help me to continue to do this. The rotational diet is an alternative method of stopping cancer, relying on glutamine. Yeah. I'll send the video that has inspired her. Fair enough. No worries, mate. My story is one of crushing diabetes and morbid obesity. Yep. Yeah, actually, George lost a lot of weight, actually. Don't we? What is it? Yeah, it's so awesome. Well done. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the "don't we" is referring to. I eat Champions breakfast, bacon and eggs. Yep, very good. Excellent. Lots of potassium in bacon. So if you're low on potassium, okay, eat some bacon. Don't eat bananas. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking into the rotation diet myself, and George going to have dig deeper. Yeah. Look, guys, there's really no need to overcomplicate these things either. If you're onto something good, guys, just stick with it. I don't think. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like to look at new information all the time, and I like to look at. I always like to tweak things, because I've always, even as a trainer, I've always tried to tweak everything to try and maximize everything, right? But there's really, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, honestly, like, this is all about living and as close to ancestrally as possible, right? And that's what gives us back our health. Just don't. I mean, it's great to look at all this new stuff and different stuff, but don't sort of waste your whole life sort of thinking about it too much either. You know, once you're onto something good, stick with it. I've lost about 40 kilos. That's awesome. It's about 100 pounds close to. I don't weigh myself anymore. Good girl, Annabella. No point in weighing yourself. Good. You're probably annoyed vegans. Yeah, I probably have actually. I know
sure
actually. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Some of the comments I get, like most people don't see them because I just delete them because they're just really ridiculous stuff. But sometimes, like every now and then, it's like, why aren't you vegan yet? I'm like, because I'm not a damned idiot. Oh my god, it's
because that's
funny.
what got me sick in the first place. Duh.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because I tried that shit and it fucking nearly killed me. You know. Oh, thank you, Annabella. I really appreciate that. Feeling pretty good. You know, today I've been I might write about this on the Substack actually, but because I've been getting into, well, been wanting to start free diving, and all the breath training. I've changed the way I do my breath work because the breath work for free diving is very different to like Wim, you know, all these popular ones, right? It's not about hyperventilation and so on, which are good for other things and certainly good for, you know, producing like things like EPO and the HIFs and so on. But I've been using more gentle sort of techniques like tidal breathing and cardiac coherent and really prolonged sort of slow breathing techniques. And yeah, so today I did 75 meters underwater without breathing. So I'm really happy with that because the goal originally was to do 100 meters, and it's been very quick actually to get there. But when you do free diving, of course, when you do it out in the ocean, you do it like a diving deep. You need to be able to do twice as far because you have to come back up, right? So you're not allowed to let the air out. Like that's why. So when I did 75 meters, I don't let the air out at all. So when you dive down, you need to have that air to release on the way up. So you sort of slowly release that air on the way up. So hopefully, I mean, my goal is to get to 100 meters down, which means I have to be able to do 200 meters underwater. So that is the goal. But yeah, getting there. Feeling very good today.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll do it.
Yeah, well, not going to stop till I get there. I'm going to cook some bacon and porterhouse steak. Oh, nice. New York strip. Yeah, nice and fatty too. Yeah, very good. One doctor at my clinic I go to is morbidly obese. Yeah. It's shocking, isn't it? Yeah. It really is. I know I'm still overweight, but I'm working hard and improving in my health. Yeah, that's good, Annabelle. I mean, you're doing the work, you know. So this is the thing. I know it's very difficult for people to sort of always be focused or to always be motivated to keep doing this stuff, especially because it takes time to get there, you know. But just trust the process, trust your body, you know, because your body knows more than anyone else does. All right, as long as you give it the right stimulus, the right nutrition, it's going to work no matter what. Okay, it will work. You just have to trust it and just keep going. That's awesome. You're doing great, Annabella. It's really good. Yeah, don't get George started on about the size and attitude of my main oncologist. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I've seen some pretty big ones too. Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? Yeah. I have to go. Okay, Annabelle, you take care. All right. You have a good night. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. That's so true, GP. I'm feeling amazing. Excellent. That's good, Lainey. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, it's been a rough road, hasn't it? It's been a very rough road, but you've done well. You've done the work. Okay, you've done the work. Now you're coming out of it. Yeah. So, hey, Annabella, Jonathan, how you doing, my man? Yeah, the link's up the top there if you want to join us, Jonathan. Let me see. I'll just put that in again in case you want to join us. Anyone's welcome today. Anyone is welcome. There it is. Okay. Question. A young guy called me about carnivore, but he is afraid of bacon because of parasites. I told him we carnivores love bacon. Okay. Why would you be afraid of bacon? And why? I mean, you don't have to eat bacon to be carnivore either. So, I mean, again, when it comes to monogastric animals, okay, because bacon is from pork, okay. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what they're fed. So you might want to be careful with bacon anyway. It depends on what it comes with. Okay, some of it is also has like smoking flavoring and stuff like that as well. So it depends on how it's processed. But there's, I mean, apart from that, you just try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't include it. Just because you're going carnivore diet doesn't mean you have to eat bacon. There's plenty of variety of meats out there. There's lots of animals. Mm-hmm. Just tell him that. Just tell him you don't have to eat bacon if you don't want to. It's not a big deal. Yeah. But it is a good source of, if you have a good clean bacon, it is a very good source of potassium. Okay. Okay, watching large screen treadmill walking, very good. In a 12-pound vest, excellent. On a 6-stone, 4-pound frame, very good, excellent. 250 grams pasture pork, excellent. Dipped in Greek yogurt. Oh, that sounds good. Let's see, Phage brand yogurt. Nice. Do you think 10 minutes after each meal or longer? No, if 10 minutes is all you can manage, that's great. And 10 minutes is enough, honestly. Yeah. I mean, later on, if you feel like going further, then do it. But at the moment, if 10 minutes feels good, just do that. That's excellent work, Mandy. Very good job. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Lenny, the recovering with carnivore household. Yeah. Hopefully we will tell our stories on this channel soon. Yeah, very good. I mean, you and Laney, George, you and Laney are always welcome, my man. Always. Laney more than you, though. Okay. I buy beef belly and slice it into beef bacon. Oh, that sounds good. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Laney. Well done. Yeah, so no, that's great. Everyone's doing so good. I'm really good. Really glad to hear you all doing so well. You're all champions. Well done, indeed. Do you have any hacks like that yourself, Jeannie? Like the beef bacon there?
Oh no, I'm very simple. I don't even try any of these fancy recipes as yet. Like the place I've moved into, in my mind, my oven is so. It's not like it's dirty as in you wipe your finger and grease comes off, but it looks dirty, and I'm not game to cooking it, so I'm thinking about getting a separate oven or something.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, fair enough. I do want to try some of these fancy recipes, but I just haven't yet.
I just can't be bothered with that, actually.
Yeah.
Honestly,
some of them look like a lot of work, but yeah, I'm very straightforward.
if I can't cook it and eat it in 10 minutes, then I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a new way for me to cook bacon. First, add water, okay, in the pan so it does not stick, and just enough to submerge it. Okay, just enough to submerge it. It cooks more evenly and tends to not splash so much too. Oh, okay, that's good tip. Good tip. That's another reason why actually I use stainless steel, and I find doesn't matter what you do, like bacon always sticks to the stainless steel, always. So
Yeah.
that's another reason why I don't use it. So
Yeah.
Unsure on how much weight to carry, so I actually get some progress results, not to waste my opportunities. Yeah, good girl, excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's when it comes to like carrying weight, is when you go like when I go rucking, for example. Some days you might feel you can take on some more weight. Other days you might just want to take less weight. You know, just go on how you judge how you feel. Even if you do a like a lightweight day, at least you've done something, and that like even that just mentally, you know, you feel like at least you've done the work. You know, you don't have to be, you know, always progress doesn't always sort of look like a steady line straight up. Okay, it sort of goes up and down, up and down, up and down, sort of thing. So don't worry too much about that. Just carry as much as you feel at the time. You know. Yeah, fancy recipes are overrated. I agree. Just a good rump steak on the barbecue. Exactly. Yeah, I get kind of I get a bit antsy when I see all these crazy recipes, you know, like these carnivore versions of junk food, especially. It's like it's just what's the point? Why are you even trying? Like, you know, the whole idea is to get away from that crap. You know? I think they spend too much time in the kitchen, you know, and not enough time actually living their life. So, I don't have a cooker anymore. I have 2 air fryer ovens. Okay, cool. They have shelves rather than drawers. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you get a good air fryer, they're good. One that like can catch the fat underneath too, because I don't like to throw away fat, you know. I don't use. I mean, I love the fry pan for that reason because I can keep the fat, and it's simple. It's easy enough. It's a little bit of cleanup, but you know, so is the air fryer. You know, I find cleaning the air fryer is just as tedious, really. But you know, it's all comes down to, you know, again, how does it suit your lifestyle? You know, same as everything else. With DC, it takes more than about 10 minutes to cook and eat. I'm going to avoid that or that. Yeah, for sure. I don't even eat until everything is completely cleaned up first. Yeah. Yeah, I do the same because I like to actually, I prefer to eat it cold. So like I'll cook it. Another great benefit to that is that I don't have to cook it very long. So like I'll cook it for, you know, most like the maximum would be 10 minutes. So it's kind of like, you know, you pretty much just wipe its ass and slap it on the plate basically. And yeah, so it's really nice and raw, mostly raw on the inside. And then I can just like when it's cold, I'll put it in the fridge for a few hours, and then I just slice it nice and thin and eat it cold. I like the fat texture that way much better as well, and it doesn't go through you when you eat the fat hot. It tends to go straight through you. So I prefer the solid cold fat. I only use oven for meatloaf and fry pan for eggs and meat. Yeah, cool. Actually, that's pretty much all I use the air fryer. I do have an air fryer, but I pretty much only use that to make boiled eggs. You know, because like 10 minutes in the air fryer and it's like just exactly like a boiled egg. Very easy. No water. very easy to use. So George has a lot of cooled solid fat as, as his snack. Fair enough.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Stuff.
good. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So yeah, once I like to cook it first. I don't like to eat it raw, but I do like to cook it first. And then once it's cooled down in the fridge, fat's a great snack. Lots of energy. Yeah, same here. Indoor grill, Ninja, instant pot, nothing else. I gave all pots and pans away. Fair enough. Simple living. Yeah. Decluttering, health and free. Yeah. That's a good thing too, isn't it? Yeah, decluttering feels good, you know. A cluttered room or a cluttered home, you know, shows a cluttered mind. You know, a very Zen mastering sort of thing going on there. But that's what it feels like too. You know, you always feel better after you've cleaned up the house. You know, it feels nice and clean. You feel, you know, much better. So just more at ease. You know. So,
yeah, it's true. There's definitely something to that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've got a lizard on my window again. So what have you got going on, Jeannie?
Oh, I'm starting to explore little towns around the place that I haven't been to. So there's heaps in New South Wales I want to get around and explore. I'm trying to make new friends. I'm having lunch with someone tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's good. It's hard. It's hard making new friends at our age, even if you're, you know, friendly and wonderful like I am. It's still hard to make new friends. You know, it's tricky, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't sort of socialize as much as we get older as we did when we were like, you know, teenagers and you know, and 20s and so on. We don't go out to nightclubs and so on, you know. So I mean, that's the big difference, really, isn't it? You just don't go out as much and socialize.
Yeah. But I chose to move here, so you know I've got to make the effort. So you know.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's good. That's all good.
Well, that's good, but it's good to explore. You know, it's always fun. It's fun to explore. You know.
I love little country towns. Just love them.
Yeah, I do too. You know, they've still got some old world charm. You know. Especially like old Australia charm, because there's not much old Australia left. You know. And but you know, even between me and the city, there's a lot of cute little towns, especially like between here and Toowoomba. There's you know, some really cute little towns that, you know, beautiful old buildings, and you know, it's really cool.
Yeah, I love all that. Love it.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, Mandy, I do have a slow cooker as well, but yeah, cleared.
But I made a joke. I think it was with Grandma's crochet corner. I said, it's hard to keep up with all these lives, even in retirement. It's like I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, I have pretty much only 2 friends that I see occasionally, but they always want to enter restaurants. Yeah, I don't like that anymore.
Yeah, restaurants. Like I went to the pub for lunch, one of the pubs, and got a steak. I think I told the story. It was supposed to be a special, but it was a steak, but you could only get one side. No, I had mashed potato because I think that's a bit better than fries. And I'm not one of these to say no sides, you know.
No seed oils and mashed potato.
Yeah, well, that's right. But it's like, not much of a special, because you're saying you can only have one side for this price. So it's like, it's a bit of a con, you know. But anyhow. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
But no, I don't like making a fuss when I go, because about the only veggie I have at home is a bit of onion sometimes. So I don't want to go out and, do the whole thing, because it's like, I don't do it that often, and, I just couldn't be bothered, waving my carnival flag. No sides, no sides.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not like you're doing it every day.
No,
for the most part, this is all about sort of mitigating all the risks as well. It's not. You still have to have a life as well, you know.
Yeah.
So don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah, but it's difficult, like going out to restaurants and yeah. I to be honest, I don't go to restaurants because I just don't. I don't trust. I don't have any trust in people
No, of
handling
course
my
not.
food. You know.
Yeah. Plus the price,
Yeah.
it's like bloody hell.
Yeah.
So
Especially the prices here in Australia are absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ludicrous. It's insane. You know? Especially like when they're paying, waiters and especially like on like public holidays here, they get over $100 an hour for an uneducated bloody waiter. I mean, seriously? No, it's bloody
Didn't know
nuts.
that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's a crazy world. You're talking about, double time and overtime. Of course, it all goes in taxes. Like they don't actually take it home with them.
Yeah.
They just pay more taxes.
Yeah.
But just a stupid system here. Nearly all my socializing with the Noble Carnivore community now. Yes.
What's the Noble? Is that a take on NOBLE?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, Jenny, I can imagine you talking to people and quite
in the queue at the chicken. I'll talk to anyone, lady. Oh.
Yeah. Should be one of those annoying people you just can't get away from.
No, I'm not that bad.
I'm sure.
Come and talk to me. I need friends. Come and talk to me.
Yeah. Restaurants here in the US are generally very noisy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The noise can be a problem too.
Yeah, there's that too, isn't it? It's like I just don't the atmosphere here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a decent restaurant here, honestly. Where you've been able to relax and enjoy it, without, trusting these people handle your food for one. But yeah, like noise and all sorts of other things as well. I just don't like it. I love it in Japan. I love eating out in Japan. I don't know. But I trust them a lot more than I do the people working here. Most of them are all, legal anyway these days. And yet they insist on to the side, even though you don't want it. Yeah. That's the thing, Brad, too, isn't it? Like they can't deviate. It's like they can't think for themselves. Like the meal comes with, like, see, they've got this set meal and it comes with this. They can't say, oh, we'll just leave that off. They say, oh, but the sides are free. It's like, well, they're not bloody free, are they? It's like it's all part of the, like, even if you just buy a steak, the reason that steak's so bloody expensive, one reason anyway, just one of the reasons, is because you get those so-called free sides with it, right? Because they have to buy it. The restaurant has to buy that sort of stuff, and then they're not going to just give it to you. So it's all horseshit.
No, of course not. As if it's free. Yeah.
Bloody ridiculous. But they can't deviate. They can't think for themselves. Oh, this woman just wants a steak. Well, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah, we are lucky we have a couple of restaurants here that serve exactly what we asked for. Yeah, that's good. They understand what that we are kind of. That's good, lady. That's good. Yeah, I mean, like, Japan has they have these set meal sort of things, but it's not a big deal because it's cheap for one. So like for $5, for example, you can get like what they call a hamburger, which is pretty much just like a hamburger, like a big giant meat patty, all right? But they always give you like soup and rice and maybe some a small bowl of vegetables, right, to go with it. But for $5, I don't give a shit. Like you just leave that stuff on the side. I don't care.
Yeah, that's cheap for that. All that, jeez,
it's really cheap. And like you can get like a 600-gram hamburger, right? For $5, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Seriously, bloody hell.
Yeah, seriously.
It's great.
Yeah. So I don't care, you know. But here, if you get a meal like that, you're paying $40-$50.
Yeah.
And you're getting these sides and shit. And then then I care, right? Like it's 10 times the price. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Wow.
it just depends on where you are. Like, and of course, you have alternatives too. Like in Japan, you can go to shabu shabu or yakiniku, which is just barbecue place, and it's just meat. So that's all you get, just the meat, right?
Yeah.
So it's really it's much easier,
awesome.
and much cheaper, incredibly cheap. Yeah. I mean, like here, I think last time I went out, it was a meetup here. It was let me see, 400-gram steak, was it 300-gram steak was $50, right? At a bar. I'm like, you can get, like, if you go to a yakiniku restaurant in Japan for like $30, you can eat as much as you want for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm jumping on a plane.
Yeah, it's bloody
That's
wonderful.
unreal.
It is absolutely wonderful. I mean, like one place, shabu shabu is different. Like I like the yakiniku better because it's barbecue. Yeah, I like barbecue better. But shabu shabu, you cook it in water, but it's really thin. But you cook it in water. But there's one place at the station, at the right in the middle of the city, like for 5 hours for $20 for all you can eat meat. All right, $20.
Yeah,
incredible.
That's
absolutely incredible.
Amazing. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. I don't know how they can do it. Like, it's cheaper to buy Australian meat
I know.
than it is in Australia. It's crazy. They got to ship it from here to there.
Yeah.
What a world. Genie, New South Wales is amazing. Probably the state I've seen the most of, despite living in Queensland for 40 years. Yeah, I agree. New South Wales is beautiful, actually.
It's lovely, yeah.
I don't like Sydney, but I do like the harbour. The Sydney harbour is really beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
But the countryside, New South Wales is absolutely spectacular. Some of it, like the Blue Mountains, for example, really lovely. Go out there, the Blue Mountains National Park. They got a big cave system there as well. It's really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff down there, actually.
Yeah, well, I've seen most of Queensland. So, yeah.
I remember when I was a carb eater that I would get dangerously sleepy during afternoon commutes after work. Yeah, that never happens anymore. Yeah, I remember that too, actually. Get sleepy when driving and stuff like that. Yeah. You said that sugar crash. If you haven't eaten for a while, when you're eating carbs, if you haven't eaten for a while, you get that crash and you just start falling asleep at the wheel. At the butcher for $50, I have more than 2 kilo steak, or 4 kilogram beef. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good. That's very good. I mean, like, but even here, like, you can still get like chuck steak, for example, for about $23 a kilo at the moment. Chuck steak's probably one of my favorites, actually. So for $50, you can get 2 kilos. A bit over 2 kilos, but ground beef is a bit more expensive now. It's like about $18-$19 a kilo. So it's not, I mean, it's certainly not as bad as the restaurants, and it's just crazy price here. You go to a restaurant or something like that. So, but compared to Japan is incredibly cheap. Australia is so much more expensive. Everything is more expensive in Australia. I mean, absolutely everything. Japan is a much easier place to live, I think, like cost of living wise and efficiency as well. And very quiet, safe. Very nice place to live. Oh, my camera just died. Let me swap. Let's check that.
I mean, Japan sounds great, but I'm not going over there by myself. No, that won't be happening.
But anyway. You'd be surprised. It's I mean, some of it's very busy. of course, the cities and stuff like that. But you go to the countryside. It's actually
it looks beautiful.
It's incredible. It's very tourist friendly too, actually, because you have all the signs are usually written in, depending on where you go, of course, but most of the signs and signage, everything is in both Japanese and English as well. So
I'm hearing strange sounds.
Strange sounds?
Yeah.
Bugs flying around?
Could be, yeah. Probably bugs outside the window. Yeah, it sounds really good, but I mean, I've never lived outside of Queensland, so even going to New South Wales was a big thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I never go to restaurants anymore. Not even fast foods. Crap. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't trust the way other people prepare my food. So
no, I mean, I love eating out, except for those things, but I do love it. But it's just so, fraught these days.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I stopped chicken wings because I completely crashed. So, okay, so sleepy. Glycine, I think. Yeah, probably. Because skin content. I don't know. Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I mean, yeah, it depends on, like, again, it's all about what what the chicken's eating. It could be or it could be just the meat itself, or the wings, or the skin itself, like you said. But that's what all this is about. Is about finding what works for you, isn't it, Mandy?
Yep.
Some things are not going to work.
See you, Brad.
Good night, Brad. Take it easy, my man. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have a good night.
Yeah, we should all move to Japan.
I think so too, Lainey. I think so too. Absolutely. Fantastic place. Yeah. So, and there, I mean, it's really it is a great place to live, actually. A great place to be. It's fun. It's a fun place to be, actually. So, even if you just go over and visit it, Japan's a great holiday as well, and quite cheap.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone should visit, at least visit Japan once in their lifetime. It's great. Yeah. And not that it's perfect. Like, I just really enjoy it myself. And, I have a big attachment to Japan because I lived there for so long.
Yeah.
Of course, there are great things about Australia as well. Australia is a fantastic country. It's a very beautiful country, very big country. But it's just, it's run by, satanic pedophiles that are just disgusting, stupid, and ignorant, and so on and so on. So, it's pretty much owned by corporations that are just trying to kill us all. So that's what I don't like about Australia. It's really the politics, not so much the country itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, and they just keep letting in more and more of these satanic pedos as well. So
yeah, well, a lot of places are doing that, of course. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Chopsticks in my hair.
Chopsticks in my hair. Yeah. Well, it'd be convenient, wouldn't it? Like, just take them with you and just you can eat and then put them back.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Philippines is also a great carnival country. Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
I won't start there. Maybe, maybe when I retire, I'll live there. Yeah. Philippines would be good. Yeah, that's a pretty much well taken care of country too. Very comfortable. Very hot though. Very humid.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it.
No, that's good. Yeah, most Asian countries are pretty good like that. Like, cost of living wise, anyway.
Yeah.
Like Laos and Thailand. They're all very cheap cost of living, sort of. But yeah. I mean, I haven't been to most of those. I've been to some of them, but they're good for holidays at least.
I haven't been to any of them yet, so we'll see how we go. But yeah,
Korea's not bad either, South Korea, but I still I don't know if it's still Japan for me. Still, I still have that sort of attachment there. I think I haven't been to China though. I would like to go to China, parts of China at least.
Wow, wouldn't that be an eye opener?
Yeah.
Like, geez,
Yeah, my father-in-law went to China many years ago when he was still working, and he went in the middle of winter, and it's funny. It's kind of funny that he was driving, or they were driving him around town because he's an engineer, and he was helping them with some infrastructure sort of stuff. So, but it was middle of winter, and the place he was up high in the mountains, and it was minus 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah. That's that freezing cold, incredibly cold. Like,
yeah.
they don't even bother wearing, like, they don't even bother putting snow tires on the cars because the tires just stick to the ice as they're driving.
Oh, really?
It's crazy cold.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
crazy
crazy.
cold. Yeah. Hello there, new visitor. Yeah, why did you leave Japan? Okay. Well, the reason I left was I came back to Australia to visit family for Christmas in 2011. Okay, and I had just been recovering. Well, myself and my wife and my family and everything in Japan. We've just been recovering for that year after the 9.1 magnitude earthquake in Sendai, in Miyagi, and so we spent all that year recovering. But then for Christmas, I decided to come back to Australia to visit family to let them know that I was okay and that I would be staying in Japan. But while I was visiting family here in Australia, I was diagnosed as very high stage 4 follicular lymphoma. Okay, a type of, it's an incurable cancer. It was inoperable, incurable, and I also had stage 3 kidney disease, liver disease, and a large tumor, a very, very large tumor wrapped around my aorta. So they said that, it was I probably would have died either from the tumor wrapped around my aorta, because that was actually choking my aorta and was pretty much restricting blood flow and everything, or the kidneys, because I only had one kidney working at 12% flow capacity. The other kidney had shrunk down to pretty much the size of a pea because the tumor was so big it was sitting on both my kidneys. But they thought that maybe I'd only have 2 to 3 months at the outside to live. So that meant that I had to stay here for treatment and operations and so on and so on. And that meant that I couldn't go back to Japan. So that meant that I lost everything in Japan and pretty much just stayed here in Australia ever since. So a very long story from then on as well. So I won't bore you with the rest of the details, but you can see that some more of that in other videos if you wish. I ended up being stage 4 twice in 2-year period. So, and then lots of, another big story there. So that's why I left Japan. That's the only reason. I was not planning to leave Japan, and I was planning to spend the rest of my life there. And I am still planning to spend the rest of my life there because I am planning to go back. Okay. If you can live like a local in the Philippines, it's very affordable. Yeah, it's the same in Japan. Very, very affordable. You want only westernized foods, better stay home. It's cheaper. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's pretty much the same in Japan actually. That's what you call cold water therapy. Cold, cold.
40, yeah.
Yeah, minus 40 degrees. That's okay. That's chronic cold. Okay, that's chronic cold. That's not the kind of cold you want. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Yeah, the China show is two guys, South African and American who lived in China. Cool. They expose a lot about Chinese culture today and all its fraud and corruption. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. I mean, typical communist country, you know, like that. I mean, there's a lot of things going on over there, like the digital ID that they're trying to bring in here in Australia, for example. But in China right now, as happening, if you do not have a digital ID, you get no food, no medical, you get nowhere to live. There, you know, there's so many people that are homeless and starving there right now in China because they don't have a digital ID. And a lot of the reason they don't have a digital ID is because their social credit score, okay, if they speak out against it or if they do something that the government doesn't like, they cut them off. And this is the problem that we have here now, that Australia is trying to make us have the same system. Okay, so we have to live outside that system. We cannot let them give us, you know, the digital ID bullshit. Absolute miracle, your IDC just was not your time. Yeah, thank you, Mandy. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, you know, it was very hard to deal with. You know, it wasn't so much, you know, it's difficult enough to get, you know, being told that, you know, you might be dead in a couple of weeks, right? And but to be honest, like I mean, I was feeling sick. That's why I went to the doctor in the first place. But I wasn't feeling that bad, you know. Like I didn't feel like a cancer patient, right? But you know, like coming to terms with losing your whole life, that's you know, a whole other thing as well. You know, it was a tough year. Question, DC. With so many complicated health issues around cancer, what was your guiding light or piece of solitude at the time? I really didn't have it at the moment, at that time, mate. You know, I was pretty angry for a lot of it. For a lot of it, I was pretty angry. You know, I went through, like I'm pretty much, look, I went through years of turmoil, really, and it was finding, you know, when you go through that much loss, like you've lost so much, and you're going through all that treatment and just feel so poorly. It's really one of the biggest things is not just coming to terms with that loss or the fact that you've lost everything, sort of thing, but I don't know, finding your place in the world again, finding something that motivates you, finding something to sort of keep you going, because it all changes. You know, when you're in that situation, everything changes. You know, like beforehand, I was motivated by for, you know, being fit and build muscle and be, you know, lift as much as weight as I can, be as strong as I can, and all that sort of stuff. That now I'm quite comfortable, sort of like doing the things that I enjoy, like more enjoyable sort of things. Like, I don't know, it's difficult to explain. Like, see, I think people waste a lot of life trying to find happiness. They're trying to be happy, right? And I think that the goal shouldn't be happiness. I think the goal should be peace, you know, just finding that inner peace. And that's where, you know, breath work and the ice baths have really helped me a lot with my nervous system. Okay. And I think, you know, especially with the ADHD, which was made so much worse after all the chemotherapy, finding peace has been a very big thing for me. And I mean, even now, like I still, even recently, like this last month, you know, doing stuff like, or even this year, like finding, you know, doing new things like with the Shaolin Temple and the free diving and stuff like that, has given me some recent breakthroughs as well. Yeah, it's really difficult to find your own way after being like, and finding a new path that sort of suits you when you've been diagnosed with these sorts of diseases. And I know, like, you've gone through some pretty tough stuff yourself, and dealing with your particular disease or problem is, it's mind bending. Really, it really is. And I can understand like why you would be, your emotional you're on an emotional roller coaster. Like some days you're fine with it, some days you're angry and you just want to get it over and done with. And these are all things that we sort of go through, we struggle with. And nowadays I'm a lot more relaxed about everything, really. That's why I don't sort of, I sort of get my, my back hair gets a bit, I do sort of get annoyed at times when I see stupid stuff. But generally speaking, I don't get involved in arguments and with stupid. I mean, like I said, like I say this all the time. It's like you can't argue with stupid. It just doesn't bother me anymore. I'm not interested in trying to convince people that this is the right thing to do, or that, or this and that. I don't know. It's difficult to explain, but I think that your own inner peace is, no matter what and trying not to let the outside world influence you, has been pretty much my biggest breakthrough. And like for the longest time, like I was really angry at a lot of things, when I was going through treatment and stuff like that. I suppose motivation while I was going through treatment and stuff like that was, I was trying to find, I had to find a place to live. I had to find a way to make money. I had to find a way to get my wife into the country so she could help with, look after me, and so we could be together. I had a lot of things that I had to do. And I think that's a lot of, some of the part of that is that, I had to do these things was a big part of it. Like I could not leave my wife and with nothing. Like we just lost everything. So it was like, you just have to get up and do it. That's pretty much all I could do. There was no one was going to do it for me. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling a bit, but it's kind of hard to place, put it on any one thing. There was just a lot going on through those years, and I just had to get it done. There were frustrations. There were. I never broke down and cried about it, or did any of that. But I mean, there was certainly depression. I mean, I did go through depression as well, but it wasn't my only emotion. Like it wasn't every day. But there was definitely depression. There was anxiety. There was anger, more than anything, anger, I think. But at the end of the day, I just had to get things done. I had no one else to really do it for me. No one offered to sort of raise any money for like a GoFundMe or anything like that. So I just, what else could I do? Thanks for the super sticker, my man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Jonathan. I really do. Yeah, government are trying to bring digital ID here as well. Yeah. The UK is bloody crazy at the moment. Need another crusade, mate. Need another crusade. Yeah, you start with the government. Yeah, I recall how it became apparent during COVID. Very much under the thumb of China. Yep. Yeah, very much under the thumb. Yeah, part of the Silk Road now, mate. All these smart cities and stuff like that. It's the whole country is, it's absolutely crazy. You take away their football and beer, and everyone will bloody freak out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, Annabella, you back again. Had my steak and bacon. Feeling better? Yeah. DC reversed the end time and extended it. Absolutely, my man. Yeah, I have indeed. They 3 months has turned into, well, was it 2016? It was 2012, so 14 years. It's my 14th year. So just over 11 years in remission now, like complete remission. And now no evidence of disease.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just such an incredible story. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really think about it too much.
You're very humble and everything, of course, but it's just freaking amazing.
Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it? Yeah, steak and bacon. Yeah, I guess when I think about it sometimes, I it's kind of hard to believe. Like even now, like looking back, it doesn't even feel like it was me. It feels like it was a completely different lifetime,
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. Like nothing is permanent in the world, these are even some things last years long, like they last a long time, but even that it's not a permanent thing. It's not a permanent state. Thanks for being honest. Seriously, some people just say the answer that sounds easy. I know the grief. I discussed it yesterday with someone. It's an everyday thing for me, but yeah, that's what all we can do, Jonathan. All we can do is find wins. Like I mean, it's a win. You wake up the next day, right? It's a win when you get to the end of that day as well, because you've made it through another day, so small things that can make a big difference. And like I said, it's an emotional roller coaster. It really is. You have your good days and your bad, Okay, bad over talking to each other. Yeah. Jonathan is one of my inspirations too. Okay, he's one of the few people that can sort of understand what it's like when you're talking about my story, that he's in a tough situation himself. But he's apart from that, he's one of the brightest and certainly one of the best nutritionists in the world at the moment. He has, despite his condition, he manages to get a lot of work done. He's very focused on.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot to offer. If you go and check out his channel, like he's got ebooks and all sorts of stuff, and soon also starting a community for people. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
thanks.
He is. He's amazing too.
He is. Yeah. You're awesome, man. Yeah, time for me to go shop. Okay, Lainey, you have a great day. Okay, take care. All right. Yep. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Annabelle. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this community is the best. We nearly all arrives with serious problems. Yeah, that's right. We're all strong characters with, or we wouldn't be here together. And we're finding a way to rise again. Yeah, exactly, George. We're all finding our way back to, back to life. I'm so glad, Annabella. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad that, I mean that it would be great if people appreciated my channel more, and if because it can be a bit depressing when no one actually watches these videos, because I put a lot of work into it. But as long as I'm helping someone, as long as someone's getting some value out of it, that's the only reason why I keep doing it. Otherwise I would have given up a long time ago. So it really does. It's good. I'm glad that so many people are feeling good and feeling getting on with it. So thank you. Yeah. Graham, yeah, hopefully he'll be better soon. I haven't really kept up with his situation, but I know he's having trouble with his heart and blood pressure. Yeah, like I said, I love Graham. He's a great guy. I'm not sure what's going on with him, so I'm not going to really comment on that. But do the work, and I'm sure that if you do the work, that your body will respond to what you are doing. It always does. So if you doesn't matter, I don't care what situation you are in, you give it the right stimulus and the right nutrition, it will respond. It may take a long time, like I said, like I've been doing this, it's been 14 years now, and 11 years in remission. So it takes time. Okay, it takes time. So, but you just have to trust the process. You have to trust that your body knows what it is doing if you give it the right stimulus and nutrition. And that's where I think a lot of people fall down, is because they lose patience. It's not happening fast enough, because we live in a world where everything has to be instant. If you don't feel like cooking, for example, you just call up and order a pizza, or you order whatever food, and it gets delivered to you like 20 minutes later. But these are processes that take a long time to, especially when you're talking about healing, right? You got to give your body time to heal and adjust and so on. So don't be disappointed in yourself just because it's not happening all at once. It's not happening in a week or 2 weeks or a year or 2 years. Right? It may take longer depending on where you are. But just have faith in the fact that your body knows what it is doing if you give it the right lifestyle, And I like another saying I say a lot, there's more wisdom in your body than is in all of human philosophy. It is 100% true. Okay. So, sorry, Jin, you going to say something?
No, good point. I think patience that's a hard thing for me, and I'm sure it's a hard thing for a lot of other people as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a very hard thing to conquer, I think.
Yeah. No, it's
like in all aspects.
Me too. I'm very impatient. I have ADHD, and it was made so much worse after the chemo.
Yeah.
But so I always need that, like those quick wins. So it was very difficult for me to sort of stick to any one plan for any amount of time, because I get bored with it.
Yeah.
So I find other ways to stimulate the plan. So I will change up the training. I will change up the time schedule. I will change up different things, but I never change the actual core. The right food, the right sort of modalities, and so on. So I mean, there are ways around it. There are ways to sort of motivate you by making small changes. But I completely understand why people sort of they give up, and they figure, well, it's just not working for me, sort of thing. You always doubt yourself when you don't see the results immediately. People always doubt themselves, and I completely understand that. So it's really just about having faith in your body, having faith that it knows what it's doing. All you have to do is put it into action.
Yeah. Especially if they see other people getting quicker results. But we need to realize everyone's different. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm so glad I have helped you, Mandy. I really do appreciate that. It's a good feeling to be able to help people. So thank you. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you're making progress. I never feel like cooking, so I just eat a raw steak. Yeah, with salt. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, do what works for you. Yeah. At least you don't have a big cleanup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely stumbled into the cure for hemorrhoid way. Carnivore. Yeah. Just for the taste and simplicity. Yeah, that's right. The simplicity is fantastic, isn't it? And it makes complete sense too, because why would you be born into a world that is so difficult to find food and so on? It's just that it does not make sense at all. Of course, we are all native to this planet. It's not like we just sort of dropped out of the sky and expected all these stuff to be here, sort of thing. We don't have to make anything. It's crazy. I mean, we always overcomplicate everything, and humans, we're the only species on the planet that are arrogant enough to think that we can make our own food and stupid enough to eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even if you're talking about crops, for example, like we poison it. We poison everything. We poison all these crops, for example, even if you're a vegetarian or whatever. I don't care. But you're talking about crops, they poison these things to radioactive levels because they want to keep all the other animals away from it, and they kill all the animals around the whole area. But then we eat it ourselves. It's like, is that like not the definition of insanity?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It is, isn't it? It really is. Yeah.
2.5 years now. Excellent. Going strong. That's good. David, you and Anthony Chafee has helped me so much. Oh, I'm glad, Annabella. Yeah, I'm really glad. Anthony is one of the few people that I like Anthony. He's a really nice guy, for one. And like he was one that sort of helped convince me that the carnivore diet was the way to go as well. He's one of the few people that actually listen to it for many different. He's a brilliant guy. He's a brilliant guy. Mandy, me to Lenny is scared was scared at first. Yeah, she's 100% on board with carnivore, faith, fitness, fasting, and fat. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, discipline creates freedom. This is the thing. Like, if you give yourself, it's like I said, like making habits, making a routine into a habit just means it's just like continuing the routine for until it becomes just a habit forming sort of thing to do. Like you just get up and do it without thinking about it. But that discipline creates freedom, and you stick, keep your nutrition right, keep those modalities going, keep your lifestyle up, and everything, like I said, it just falls into place. Stay real down to earth, DC. You're such a grounded, solid person. Thank you very much. There's too many carnivores. I totally agree. Yeah, everyone's a coach these days. It's like they don't know anything, but they can, they lost a bit of weight, so they can coach you. It's crazy. Yeah. Carnivore channels lost their roots. Sorry, I feel that's true. No, I totally agree, Mandy. Right, yeah, they just burst their sides, celebs. And, now it's a bit crazy. Yeah, I'm sort of over that whole. Like I've spoken about that before too. Like all these people always pop up. Like they lose a bit of weight, and all of a sudden they're experts on everything, right? But they come up with the most ridiculous crap. Honestly, really do. Yeah. They came here to beat, type to beat. Yeah. In carnivore groups on Facebook, I see once a post on doing 2 weeks carnivore, and yeah, I did not lose 1 pound. Yeah, I replied, do not expect to. You said you did pounds in 2 weeks too. Yeah, exactly. You're like, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Like people spend a lifetime getting obese, but they expect to lose it all in 1 or 2 weeks. Are you kidding? Like no diet's going to do that. You know? On the other side too, like when you are morbidly obese, any diet's going to help you to lose weight. All right, I don't care who you are. Like any diet change is going to help you to lose weight when you are, say, these 500-600 plus pounds sort of thing. Anything's going to help you to lose weight quickly. All right, so it doesn't necessarily have to be carnivore. The carnivore is the healthiest, okay, because you are rebuilding, your building blocks, okay, all those building blocks in your body. But again, like I said, it's not just about diet. It's about all these other modalities that help you along the way. Okay, you can speed things up a lot faster. Like I said, jumping the ice, breath work, and so on. So, if you say you eat meat, everyone says, "Oh, you're going to have a heart attack." Yeah. Meanwhile, they can't see that sugar and food coloring is actually harmful. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like no one says a damn thing when you like are shoveling down, these chemicals masquerading as food, like packets of chips and candy and sweets and all sorts of cakes and everything else. It's bloody nuts. Eat a steak and they think you're crazy. Yeah, Anthony Turkey is a really nice guy. I haven't actually met him in person, but I've spoken to him, like this, many times. So yeah, he's a really nice guy.
And he's so cute.
Go kind heart. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy.
He seems to be genuine, like really genuine,
Yeah, he's a pretty genuine guy, and that's it's pretty rare these days, I guess. Yeah, 1% of total body weight lost is a good, realistic, achievable goal for most people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And again, it's not about weight loss either, is it? I mean, depending on what your situation is, it's about fat loss, or just health in general, basically, isn't it? Good morning. How are you? I hope you're well. Let me see. Yeah, where are we? Yeah, man. I can't get you, Chafee, but I can promise Dr. Kiltz. Okay, yeah, and Abs is great too. Actually, I've spoken to Abs. Actually, I love Dr. Kiltz too. I think he's a wonderful guy. He's a great guy. Like knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. But his story himself as well. His life is very interesting to me as well. I think it's very cool. And Abs, I think he's one of the he's another great guy that I listen to as well, because he's very good on biochemistry, and he loves biochemistry so much. Like he literally can just sit and draw all these chemical equations out like it's just nothing. He's a brilliant guy. And he's very nice. One of the nicest people that I've ever spoken to. Actually, he's really good. Yeah, exactly. Weight loss isn't everything. So we want it. Yeah, of course we want. Especially if you are overweight, we do want to be. Everyone wants the fitness industry lifestyle, the fitness industry body. What we've been told is a healthy body sort of thing. Like to be lean and muscly and so on, which is not really that healthy. But I think it's more about, and weight loss for many people is a big thing, right? Obviously, depending on what your situation is. If you're obese, yes. But but more than that, it's about what you can do. It's about your ability over what you look like. You know, you don't have to look like a fitness superstar to be able to do, like, have a healthy lifestyle. All right. And to be able to do the things you want to do the sports or do the lifestyle that you want. And so I think more about what you can do rather than what you look like, you know. I tell myself slow and steady wins the race. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly, Annabella. It's always the way. Yeah, we've also got Angela Mero and Richard Smith's another great nutritionist. He's up there with he's certainly up there with Jonathan and Abs, and you know, Richard Smith is a brilliant guy, and Richard Smith is a very nice guy as well. Very nice guy. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, Abs or Chafee, the cutest. What do you?
I'm not the right person to comment on this, but anyway,
probably not.
Probably Abs. I think. I mean, Chafee. I don't know. He's sort of good looking, but I don't know. I think Abs is more.
I think Chaffee's got that.
Handsome,
he's got that Ken doll look.
Ken doll.
You know, yeah, Chafee. Ken doll. Yeah, he's kind of pretty, but he's. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a great guy, but yeah, he's got.
Yeah. But Abs has got those piercing blue eyes, like they're the first thing you know, and his hair.
They're contacts. Yeah. They're contacts.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Are they fake? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they certainly stand out, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're contacts. Yeah. He's Indian, so yeah. Thank you, Simcast, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I really do. It's a very big help for me. Thank you. What was it? Do you think was it causing your skin fungus? Yeah, definitely carbohydrates. Yeah. They say Dr. Chafee, grounded, honest. Oh, thank you, Mandy. They were supporting views. Always, I find Hilts carry steak and butter. And I say nothing. I know. Say nothing, Mandy. If you got nothing, okay, nothing nice to say. Yeah, I think peaceful. Yeah, Kerry. I guess you're talking about was it Kerry?
Oh,
is
no.
It, from that Homestead House thing? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that because honestly, I don't, you know. And steak and butter girl is just like one of the worst. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. Honestly, I think it's one of the most ridiculous channels. You know, like I only saw. I've seen a couple of bits of her information, but it's all garbage anyway. But one of the craziest things she said, I mean, like the whole carnivore recipe stuff is ridiculous. But like I said, I don't really want to get involved in stupid arguments with stupid people either. But you know, like she's put out a video saying that it's actually illegal to be obese in Japan. I'm like, have you actually been there? I mean, like there's obesity there too. But what kind of society would make it illegal to be obese? It's just ridiculous. Just something some sort of imbecile would say. But I guess anyway, whatever. I mean, it's not something I would follow. But I don't see the reason for such popularity anyway. Put it that way. Yeah. I can't wait for the Great British Meetup. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'd love to be over there. There's nothing much more I want this year than to meet some like-minded people. Yeah, that'd be cool, Jonathan. I hope you get to. Hope everything goes well then, mate. Many lionesses I know are in the Abs camp, including Lenny. Yeah, Abs is such a nice guy, though. Ken and Barbie. Well, I mean, doesn't he look like a Ken doll? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he's
Now I think
like,
about it, yeah.
there's no, like, his face is almost plastic because it's like there's no scars, it's just like, he looks like a Ken doll, you know? Almost perfect.
I can see it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Cheshi could be cast superhero for a movie. Yeah, you could, you know. Yeah, Superman or something. Yeah. And they would leave his face exposed while wearing the costume. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm. 3 different lifestyles when you're young, you party. Yeah, there's no tomorrow. Yeah, midlife is kicking the kids out of the home. And third, live. Yeah, he's relaxing. Life is relaxing. Live is relaxing. Yeah, I agree. You get to that retirement stage where you can just relax and don't have to do much. And yeah. I think it's important. I think it's always. I think the fastest way to die is to do nothing. Okay. If you don't have anything to chase at all, like this, I think this is going to be a bit of a philosophy. Okay, this is a bit of my philosophy here. There's that part of being human is that we are always chasing something, right? We always want to make progress, right? We always want to develop something, design something, be creative, to be better than we were, right? That's part of the human experience. And this can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, you know. It's the same as like our mind. Our biggest enemy is our mind, but it's also our biggest ally. Okay, it can be good to us and it could be bad, right? The way we talk to ourselves can be good or bad, right? How we can live our lives comes down to the way we think. But that essence, that part of us that is always chasing things, right? To be better than we were, or to have that next best thing, like in the bad sense, like it keeps us chasing, like, oh, we've got to get that new car, we've got to get that new phone, we've got to get that bigger house, we've got to get this. And we spend our whole lives chasing these things, these material things, to try and fill a void, right? And that's a bad thing, right? I think that what we should be chasing are things like experiences, right? Like learning obviously is always good, but that again is an experience, right? The things that are more tangible, really, the things that can't be taken away from us, are experiences. You know, everything else can be taken away very easily and very quickly, and you know they've been trying to do that very recently. So like you can like a house, a car, all this sort of stuff. All that stuff can be taken away from you very quickly and very easily. So you can work your whole life and end up with nothing. But I think that the one thing is like to find peace, and peace is pretty much all we really want, is to develop ourselves, invest in ourselves, rather than investing in things like material things. Okay, so invest in ourselves in knowledge or experiences, and you know, go on that holiday or go and do these things that you know would be a more fulfilling sort of way to live, you know. So I think that we always need that in our life. We always need something, and I think we sort of get caught up in, rather than developing ourselves, we sort of get caught up in that other stuff. But when you retire, you know, a lot of people die very quickly after they retire, like in the first couple of years, because they've lost that reason to get up and go to work, right? They've lost that reason to get up and live, right? So I think it's really important to keep chasing experiences, trying new things, and keep your mind active and keep your body active. I think the fastest way to die is to do nothing, So sorry to go a little bit woohoo for you. But, that's what I believe anyway.
When I retired, I told my workmates, whatever, that, God, I just want to stare out the window with my coffee and watch the birds. But you can't do that all day, day after day.
You can do that for a couple of weeks, and then after that, you're bored shitless.
Yeah, you need hobbies, and I think humans want to be creative, whether it's poetry, singing, whatever it is. We need that. I think that's a good thing. But as you said, you need to stay active, and you need to keep your mind active.
Yeah.
Like even
absolutely. I think
jigsaws.
We all have that urge. Yeah. We all have that urge to be. Yeah, that's right. To be creative or to express ourselves, or to learn new things. We always have that urge to do that, and I think that's important to, if to find peace, to find inner peace, to invest in yourself in that way is far more it's far more fulfilling, rather than trying to just buy new things, all the time.
Yeah.
Chafee is one of the most impressive people I've met, but yeah, I think so too. Yeah, he's very impressive, actually. He's very knowledgeable. I mean, it's not always 100%, but I pretty much trust about 90% of what he says, which is more than most people. I despise the guy. I mean, I don't despise the guy. I just think she's full of shit. The same as I mean, it's just it's just influencers. Influencers are their job is to baffle people with shiny bullshit, and people love shiny bullshit. That's why propaganda works so well. That's why the news and TV, all this stuff works so well, because people love shiny bullshit. They don't want the truth. They want entertainment.
Except people like us. But DS, I wanted to say something similar to that, but he's done it for me.
Yeah. So vain with it, makeup and rhinoplasty. Yeah, it looks like she just has that body type that is naturally thin, and it's typical of influencers these days, is because they are naturally thin anyway. Especially if they lose a little bit of weight or something, obviously, then they become these experts, and everyone thinks, oh, she's got a good body, so she's she knows what she's talking about. It's just the whole thing, the whole system is just completely ridiculous. A lot of it's just complete bullshit. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to bag anyone or trash anyone. It's just I just don't particularly like, bullshit. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Bella myself.
It's like that celebrity feel. Like a lot of people are seeing celebrities for exactly what they are and ditching them, sort of thing,
Yeah. And I mean, you have all these so-called carnival celebrities and so on. It's like, I've never been impressed with celebrity status, and all these, especially these certain people who self-proclaim themselves to be celebrities as well, and yeah, I won't go too much into that because it's just I try to keep it civil. Okay. Yeah, you should see me rinse her in the video a while back. Carnivore priming fails. Yeah, so I like that video actually, Jonathan. That was good. That carnivore priming garbage. Yeah. Something was the title about 18 months ago. Yeah, that was a good video actually. Yeah. Has anybody started a crowd fund for Anthony so he can afford to buy a shirt? Yeah, that's a good one, George. Yeah. Yeah, Ken dolls don't need shirts, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
I nearly had to give Sean one of my t-shirts a few years back. Yeah, in the public health conference. Yeah, that would have been funny. You should give him one of your carnivore muscle t-shirts, mate, and promote your channel. Yeah. Ken Cool. Be careful, abs. Yeah. Aging, yeah. Age is coming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, don't get me I mean, Chafee is pretty much in that same state. He's always been a professional athlete. He's very young still, so he has that sort of still going on. But I'm pretty sure he's going to stay that way for a while. Doors open, so to speak. Yeah. The world he lives, very educated and lots of access. Yeah, he has travels a lot actually. Chafee and abs, like they're all over the world, all the time. Yeah. Kind of for myself, family research. Yeah, good man. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow, I didn't realize how late it was. Actually, it's been a long live night. Question, Jenny, what goals do you have for this year? Good question.
Well, to keep on the carnivore trail as much as I can, try to get rid of this asthma as much as I can. Wouldn't mind finding a partner this year, but who knows? Make more friends, and I don't know if I'll travel overseas again, but I definitely want to explore more of New South Wales for sure, more travel.
Yeah.
Just do more reading, follow my hobbies, and just try to survive this crazy world, really.
That's all we can do, and just try and survive this nutty.
And try to stay sort of happy throughout that. But yeah, I'd love to kill this asthma. And look, I'm naughty sometimes, right? I am. It's my own fault, but I'd love to get rid of this.
Yeah.
Well,
no one's perfect, so don't be too hard on yourself. But
I mean, poor
Tom,
at
least you know what the problem is.
Oh yeah, it's my own thing. Like poor Thomas, prime rib, he put out this video, and it was like somebody said, "We're not priests. You don't have to confess to us." And the poor bugger, he's confessing like he's sinned, against God or something. It's like, it's okay, mate. Just get back on the horse. Don't beat yourself
Chill
up.
Out, man.
But yeah, that's basically me. Trying to, as retired Bob says, be 1% better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's all you can do, isn't it? I mean, it's always, one step at a time, and as you progress, things always get better. So, I mean, you can't beat yourself up about all these little things. You just and the fact that you know what the problem is, that's half the battle.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like, why does my asthma play up worse sometimes? I know.
Yeah.
As Jerry would say, if you know, you know.
That's right. I mean, as long as you're aware of the problem, it's all good, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you, Mandy. Yes, I mean, this is the thing. Like, consistency is the thing. That I have consistently said from the very start when I started this channel, it was more than just the diet, for example. Yes, I do advocate the carnivore diet, and yes, I am very happy with the carnivore diet, but it is more than that, and it's always been I have 8 modalities, which you can click on the 8 science-backed habits video, but those top 3, I think they should be standard for everyone. But yeah, Like I don't change my mind because it is. I'm not swayed by this influence. I'm not after this clickbait garbage that most people are after.
Yeah.
I just want to genuinely help people, and this is how I do it. So I'm not going to just change my mind just to get clicks. Right?
Yeah. Well, you've got integrity.
Yeah, absolutely. None of us are sensationalists. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that's a good point. You know, we're not sensationalists, are we, Jonathan? It's like, this is, I mean, I just don't really understand people, I guess, that much, because I don't see the point in doing like these stupid videos of, like, you know, some people say, like, there was, you know, you see it all the time. It's like, you know, I'm not carnivore anymore. And then, you know, all it'll be say, like, oh, now I'm going lion diet. It's like, it's clickbait. It's just, I just think it's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't own property. I can't take it with, yeah. Oh, that's right. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I don't see why we're paying for it anyway. Like, honestly, we're born onto this planet, and all of a sudden we have to pay someone else for this land for a start. When, I mean, he gave this land to them in the first place, right?
Yeah.
All these oligarchs and so on. And it's the same with resources and everything else. But that aside, you know, we come into this world with nothing, and we leave it with nothing. You know, and that said, too, we come into the world perfect, without any modifications needed, and that means, like, we don't need any of these ridiculous injections or anything else that these hospitals and yeah, you are not born with with a deficiency in like vaccines and so on. Okay, it's total. The whole world is just completely bogus. You know, it's total bullshit. Yeah, I don't have a car. My bicycle is good enough. Oh, that's good. Yeah, bicycle's cool. I have a treadmill for my daily walk. Cool. I have a laptop, TV, entertainment. Yeah, that's all you need, man. Travel light. You know, Abs is the same. Like, Abs is very. I mean, he has a really nice apartment in London, but you know, he basically has one suitcase full of clothes because he's just always traveling. But this is it's really important, because the more stuff you have, the more stuff you are sort of tied to. You know, like, you are anchored in that. You know, like, when you have like, the more stuff you have, you sort of, the more protective you have to, the more stressed you are about protecting all that stuff, you know. So I think it's really important to travel light, and even you know, letting go of what happened yesterday, for example, is, you know, if you carry that with you, that's still extra baggage you don't need. So you really need to try and, it's a really difficult sort of process, but learning to let go of things, you know. Yeah, carnival bullshit on ego speed. Oh yeah, who are they?
It's all about the ego.
It really is.
After a while, for some,
yeah, and they have. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have anything against people making money. Okay, like, but I find it strange that these people, you know, they speak nothing but garbage, honestly. And you know, I mean, every now and then, obviously, they get basics right, like, obviously the carnival and so on. But you know, they build up these huge communities and all this, and charge a fortune for some of them. Some of them are very expensive, and people are paying this money for information that it really is not doing them any favors, honestly.
I know. Why don't these people come to people like you and Jonathan, etc.? I don't. It's hard to understand, actually. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Joe's hello, Joe. How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Sleep and slim down journey. Nice to see you. Thank you. Yeah, the larger channels have a duty of care. Yeah, that's right. To hold their viewers in higher stand. Yeah, if Chafee says be 100%, he's really just hoping people get to. Yeah, that's right. It's annoying, but understandable for me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right. Like, especially like when you're so yeah, that's the beauty too. Like when you're a doctor, like a real doctor, not a YouTube fake doctor like Salad Boy and that bobblehead is it Gregor?
Gregor,
Yeah. You have it. He especially he has more to protect, and you have a duty of care to give the best advice. And you can't expect. I know Chafee doesn't expect anyone to be 100% all the time. Like, of course not. That's not realistic. It's not realistic. That's why, like I've always said, when people say, "Oh, you're not carnivore unless you do lion diet," you have to be like all these carnivore police people that were people get very enthusiastic. When they start something, anything new, they get very enthusiastic, and then of course because they burn out, because they are too strict on themselves, sort of thing, they sort of fail. The therapy doesn't expect anyone to be 100%, especially 100% of the time. But you can't sort of say, well, do it's very. You have to be very general when you're talking about on YouTube. You can't be specific to anyone specific problem because you're not actually doing a consultation with them. You don't know their blood or anything else like that. So it's very difficult. You can't be too specific. So you got to be, people like Chafee have to be living that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've seen outrageous clickbaity photos of steak and butter girl and holding the stick of butter. And, it's complete garbage.
Well, that's just carnivore porn,
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's all just clickbait. So, but it is what it is. And that's how they make their living, and people follow it. So, they get what they get. It's yeah, I'll try and get some printed before the events this year. That's a good idea, man. Yeah. Hand out a few t-shirts to some of those big channels. Hello, Feral Grandma. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Wow, it's been over 3 hours now, so we might cut this off very soon. But if you have any more questions, guys, or if you want to join us, the link is up there as well. But we won't be staying too much longer. It's been a long one already. So I'll just get through some of these comments. I'll catch up. Hey, Grandma, early. Just got a motivational message from Dr. Kiltz. Build a team strong, global, worldwide. That's what we are doing. Cool. Very cool. Yeah. Kiltz has done some amazing stuff, actually. Good night, Annabella. Take care. I hope you have a good night, mate. Yeah, Jeannie's Carnivore channel. Where is it?
I actually used to have a tarot card channel, but I gave it away. It just wasn't getting there. So, yeah.
I didn't know that. Is that something you still do?
Yeah, I just read for myself now. I don't do it for other people.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Rick.
Yep. Hey, Rick. How you doing, man? Yeah, Grandma. Night, Annabella. Not up early as much as sleeping well, but coughing. Not up early as much as not sleeping well. Okay, because of coughing and sneezing. Well, I hope you don't have a cold or something. Or if you do, I hope you heal better soon, or feel better soon. Thomas looked depressed.
Yeah. He put himself through that for nothing, I reckon. But anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean that's another thing I don't really understand is like I don't know, that whole emotional sort of, feel sorry for me stuff. I don't get into that stuff. But yeah. Thomas is a sweet guy. Yeah, he's a sweet guy, and he's his own biggest critic. Well, I think everyone is their own biggest critic. Really. I mean, depending on, certain people maybe not. Like narcissistic people are not so don't criticize themselves much. But yeah, I think for generally speaking, most people are their own biggest critic. But you don't realize that, we always sort of tend to look back with 2020 vision, like it's when you're young and you think, well, it's never good enough, and you're always trying to push yourself to be better, sort of thing. But when you look back and you think, well, I wasn't too bad, I was a little bit too hard on myself, sort of thing.
That's the
way it goes. I always knew the influences to avoid me. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Rick. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, they're all the same. And now they're all, even the big ones, now they're all, Carnival got me 90% there, but this, add a bit of carbs. Yeah. So it's crazy. Whatever. Take it easy, George. Yeah, good point. Ben and Bright, but yeah. Hey, everybody. Good morning, America. Yeah. Good morning, America. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy, Thomas.
Yeah, he is. He just doesn't need to be that hard on himself, I think.
No, of course not. No. Like I said, I mean, you just, everyone's gonna have their good and bad days. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Let me see. Everyone's just talking to themselves, I think. So let me see. Yeah, pick a goal and chase it down as hard as humanly possible. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Yeah, I think so. That's a good way to do it. I mean, just keep yourself active and doing something. I think that you can always feel it when you have something to look to, something to keep you going. You feel it, like emotionally, you feel a lot more positive when there's absolutely nothing, when you feel like there's no point in doing anything. There's absolute depression. That is like, and believe me, like I've been through that. Like, when they tell you that you've only got like months to live and you've got no plans, you get no way of any kind of future. There's really no point trying to chase down any kind of goal, right? So that gets very, very depressing, right? So I think that the fastest way to die is to do nothing, because you die of depression. Yeah, so long as I have food and roof, cold shower and money payment, I'm happy. Yeah, and that's what. What else do you need? So, how are you, Lady Annabella? Oh yeah, Annabella's still here. I think she's gone to bed. I'm still trying to catch up with all these comments. Everyone's conversations. This video might give people a laugh. It's about Dr. Gregor. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gregor.
Better than Benny Hill.
I guarantee, like, I'm not going to say anything like that. I guess, like, I would not be surprised if Gregor is in, some certain released documents that are coming out soon, that are coming out, actually. But, I mean, the guy is trying to tell us, like, I mean, he advocates for the jab. He advocates for fluoride in the water. He advocates for all this other crap. He's got a fake charity that is like just, write off taxes and so on. But, yeah, I mean, apart from that, he's trying to tell people he's a longevity and health expert. The dude's younger than me, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like, you know, every photo you see him in, he looks like he's losing an arm wrestle to a fork. It's pathetic. You know, like,
yep.
Seriously, you know, people still can't connect the dots. It's like, wow.
It's not that hard.
No, it's really not. It's really not that hard. Yeah, I only wear a costume for work. For the rest, I wear rags. Yeah, I agree. Like just yeah, like a shirt and training pants. Yeah, dress down. Just wear easy clothes. Yeah, I'm the same. Like when I go into the, I don't understand gym wear. You know, honestly, like people always had to have the latest clothes, like Gymshark and all these brand clothes and stuff. I just wear rags, like you know, clothes, you know, loose pants, loose shorts, loose t-shirts. I don't care about any of that crap, and that's the way I've always been. I've got a pair of flat Vans that I've had for it's about 8 years now. And it's like that's all I use for gym shoes, just flat Vans, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, Guerra and Bernardi, one of the worst. Oh, pencil neck Bernardi. My God. I'm like, seriously, I don't think you can even call him pencil. He's looking like a lead neck. Like it's like his neck's so thin. It looks like it, honestly, if he went outside in a stiff wind, it would snap. Seriously. Like, dude, I mean, you know, if like the old houses here in Australia, they got the old Queenslanders, they just got like like wooden floors. Like that dude's so thin, I reckon he'd slip between I think he'd fall between the cracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd have to run around the shower to get wet.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I think 2 more months of running the heat, the air conditioning doesn't make us sneeze so much. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, when you run the heater all the time, it's like I suppose it must be cold where you are, but when you run the heater or even the air conditioner, and the air is really dry, yeah, so it makes you sort of lion diet is marketing. Yeah, I agree, Rick. Yeah, it's absolutely, absolutely agree. Yeah, on the comedy relief of the carnivore community. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Miami Yeti. Yeah, chasing down iguanas and parking lot chickens and mystery meat.
And poor Rick, he has no luck with his tools. Everything keeps breaking, and oh, geez, poor bugger.
Yeah, always repairing something.
Yeah.
SBG.
What's SBG?
Yeah, the steak and butter gang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. It's just,
yeah.
I mean, they had some big profile names joined, so they sort of blew up, you know, like, because you know people who are massively obese lost a lot of weight, and you could do that on any diet, you know. But it's whatever. She's often up at odd hours. Not sure who you're talking to there. Okay, when you interact with people in the chat, yeah, I support that more than call other channels. Yeah, they don't even look at the people comment. Okay, yeah, no, that's true. So I'm off to see Kilts. Okay, mate, you take it easy. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. You have a great day, mate. Thomas slipped on the duck poop and fell on the duck poop.
Yeah. He sure did.
Remember the ditzy Lily Kane? Oh, yeah, that's
yeah, she used to annoy me too, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again,
I mean, she was clever in her, you know.
I mean, it was all about. I mean, it's just so much clickbait bullshit, though. Like,
yeah,
and she was fit and lean. I mean, so what? You can do that on any diet, and of course, she just, of course, just like any other influencer, she just goes from one to the next and the next. Like it's never a consistent thing, because they're not after, they're not trying to help anyone's health. They're trying to get clicks and trying to make money. And that's the only thing they're interested in, you know. So that's the difference, you know. But yeah, she was a ditzy little thing too. Yeah. I've seen AI video ads with Dr. Berry's voice and different guy. Oh, okay.
All this AI stuff is getting up with
that's
goat.
yeah, it's really. I'm tired of that stuff too. It's just so much. I mean, it's just people are full of shit already, all by themselves. They don't need help from AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody hell. Yeah. Can you believe it has been over 3 years since Bart K interviewed me? Wow. 3 years. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah. When he says I look for more quality, but at home I only wear slippers. Yeah, I don't even wear shoes at home, mate. I'm always barefoot. Always. Yeah. Try to be barefoot most of the time, actually. The only time I wear shoes actually is when I leave the house, or I'd like to go out somewhere, like to go to the gym or to the pool or something like that. But in the yard or anything, I'm always barefoot. Yeah. So yeah, get my grounding in and so on. More interviews with Rick is what I always say. Yes, very good. Yeah, Rick's always good to talk to, actually. He's always level-headed. So yeah, he's always fun too. I fell into some canned ham after class yesterday at 10 p.m. It was late to be eating, but class ran long from people testing. Yeah, like this is a big thing too. Like people say you don't eat late, sort of thing. But you know, honestly, if you are hungry, just eat. I've had meals at 12 o'clock at night in the middle of the night, right? It's not going to be that big a deal, especially if you're on carnivore. If you're just going to eat a steak, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry. Don't get too hung up on it's too late to eat, sort of thing. Right? Yeah. How small are you? I'm not. Are you talking to me?
That could be. That could be a very personal question. I don't know what you.
How small? I'm about 12 inches.
Don't answer. Don't answer, David. Don't answer.
I'm not sure what that question's for. So, but, yeah. Okay. If you want to talk about weight, I am 93 kilos. It's about almost 200 pounds. Yeah, so fairly small, I guess. 173 centimeters. So I'm cooking breakfast part 2. 2 boiled egg. Okay, 2 boiled egg. 2 boiled hot dogs and 1 boiled egg. Okay, cool. Oh, not bad. Fell into a can of ham. Yeah, fair enough. Well, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I think we might finish up here, because it's been almost 3.5 hours. Do you want to make it? How are you doing? Do you want to do another 12 minutes and make it 3:30?
Why not? I'm up for it.
Yeah, why not? Just another 12 minutes. I don't like leaving it on the 18 mark. So let's go to 30. We'll make it 3.5 hours. So let's see what else is there. Hot dogs. That's a good one, I guess. Hot dogs. I mean, this is. A lot of people obviously like processed meats are never going to be as good as like a whole steak or anything like that, but it's still, for the most part, you can get fairly healthy sausages. Like actually I found recently wild caught venison sausages at a local supermarket.
Yeah, you're saying really that. I'd love to try them.
Yeah, they were really good. That was a local IGA.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I was really surprised by that. I mean, I haven't seen them since, but there's a lot of they have kangaroo ones. They have so all sorts of other ones there as well. So pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. We've got 2 butchers here, and I haven't seen anything exotic like that. I'll have to hunt, see what I did there. I'll have to look around for things like that, I think.
Yeah. It's, I mean, if you have a look around, it's all good. I mean, like, sometimes you come across some pretty cool stuff that you might not have seen before, or give it a try. You know, I don't mind sausages every now and then, like, just to make it easy. They're very easy to cook, very easy to clean up.
I
And
like sausage. I don't sort of ask what's in them, or it's like,
no, I don't want to think about that.
No. I mean,
I try and find a clean one. Yeah, trying to find it as clean as possible.
If they don't upset me or give me a tummy ache or whatever, I reckon I'm doing all right, you know.
So, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, you can get good quality sausages too. So don't be too So, but I mean, you can see the ultra processed ones. Like then you avoid them, of course. That's just silly stuff. But yeah, you can avoid them. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. It's got to be better than. It's got to be better than Pop-Tarts.
Still better than Pop-Tarts or any carbs, and I mean, better than the fruit and veggie aisle anyway, isn't it? It'd be just as many chemicals. Yeah.
Fruit is especially from the supermarkets, it's horrible. Like even if you're into fruit, it's horrible from the supermarket. So I used to love stone fruit, but they're so dry and bleh.
Yeah, that's right. They're not like they used to be, are they? They're not like when I was a kid, like they used to be like really juicy and soft.
Now.
Like now, like many years ago when I did eat it, like last time it was kind of like biting into like it was almost rubbery. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that shit that Gates developed recently, that appeal stuff. Like that. Just that that's not natural.
Yeah, exactly.
That cannot be healthy, and that's certainly going to be some very big problems later on, I think. And but it's all coming out now, hopefully, and people will wake up to it, to what's natural and what's not. It's crazy stuff.
Oh, it always amazes me when I see comments, why isn't he in jail yet? Oh, think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much owns the government. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot going on there. You just don't understand why these people are still out there. Why nothing's happened to them, but it is the world. It is the world.
Well, I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm going to have my cold shower. Then I'll go for a walk.
Excellent.
And do some breathing techniques.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Yeah. Like I do. I have when I'm working with a client, for example, when some of the breath techniques I always start off with the Nadi Shodhana, which is the alternate nostril breathing, because that especially first thing in the morning, that's what I do as well, because it stimulates both sides of the brain, because each nostril, you close one off, it stimulates the other side of the brain.
Okay.
The left one stimulates the vagus nerve. But if you breathe in and then slowly out on the other side, it's very calming, but it's also very good for nitric oxide production as well. So it's a really good way to, and it also clears the nasal passages. So it helps you to breathe much easier throughout the rest of the day. Right. So even if you wake up with a blocked nose, if you force yourself to breathe in alternate nostrils, it will clear up the nasal passages, because when you produce more nitric oxide, because it's also vasodilator, it also opens up and relaxes all the vessels around the nose and your sinuses as well. So it helps to unblock and relax everything so you can breathe better. So, it's a good morning exercise. And eat before you sleep. Yeah. So, oh, hello. Yeah, everyone's talking again. Sandy, Drew, fabulous live today. Thanks. Oh, you're very welcome, Mandy. I'm very happy to.
Thanks, Mandy.
Yeah, very happy
Keep
to
up
do
the
it.
good work.
Yeah, as the kind of boys get along so well with each other. Yeah. Yeah. I think most people get along if they give themselves a chance. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I would do if you're going to or before you walk, maybe do some alternate nostril breathing. That'll help you breathe while you're going for your walk. Okay. I think it's a good exercise for anyone to do it, like maybe 2-3 times a day, like when you get up or before you sleep. Just like a few minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Breathe in through one nostril, then out the other. Breathe in for say 5 to 6 seconds or so, okay, and then out for about 10 seconds, okay, and try and slowly just push the air out. And even if you have like a cold coming on, or you feel a bit flu, or you have a blocked nose, it's important to force yourself to breathe through the nostrils. And I guarantee, like, even if I have a cold or anything like that coming on, if I wake up with a blocked nose, 5 minutes of doing that, I'm good for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Right.
It's very effective. Yeah. Okay. So,
Shall do.
So I think we're close enough to 3.5. So I think I'm gonna we'll end it there tonight. And Jeannie, thanks for joining me for so long tonight as well. It's been a very long live night.
No, it's been good. I hope you're not sick of me yet. I just
never,
enjoy this.
Never. Never sick of you, Jeannie. Never sick of you, mate.
Okay, mate.
I suppose it's actually quite short for one of, like, Rick, for example. He does some pretty major ones.
I don't know how he keeps the energy up for it. Well, I do.
No, he's pretty good, isn't he? So, but anyway, guys, thank you all for joining me today, and I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are, and thank you all very much for joining us in the chat and for the super stickers and so on. I really appreciate it. You guys are all the best, and I'm really glad that so many of you are doing so well, and you keep it up. Keep up the good work. Okay. And we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.